Fuck that house now. I'm back. To the top, I'ma make it. Niggas just can't take it. To the top, I'ma make 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 it.
I like
Yeah, we're back. It's Nest Kingdom. How everybody doing tonight? If you guys are joining us right now, we just lost to the Suns bad. Well, 113 to 107. Do a couple shout outs.
Single digits.
Yeah, I'll do a couple of shout outs. We're not gonna be here for too long, y'all. Shout out Michael K, Bubsy, Ronaldo, Depression. Yes, Depression. It was bad. JH, hey JH, Aaron Brahane, what's up, Aaron Brahane? Kusanaji, shout out Lizer, Nest Nation, hey Nest Nation. Isaac was good. Jose Reyes, hey, what's up, Jose Reyes? Yeah, so if you guys joining us, the Nets lost. And I'll go quickly over the team stats. Well, I don't really need to break down the game. On the first quarter, it was just an onslaught of the Suns. Devin Booker, I think they made the stat. Devin Booker had 12 points before even James Harden and KD scored. That's how quick Booker was in the game. Literally, the first quarter was like that. I think we might have been down 18 or 15 in that first quarter. But the turnovers, big part of the first half. 15 turnovers. I think we had 15 turnovers in the first quarter or the first half. I think it was the first half, but most of them came in the first quarter. Just too sloppy, lazy ball, lazy. It just didn't look right. We were not focused tonight.
It looked like we were on a back-to-back.
Yeah, and this is the Suns coming off a back-to-back. The Suns coming off a back-to-back, literally looked more spry than they looked like they were coming off fresh off a game, like they had like a 5-day rest, and we were just like it was just really bad. And then we go to the team stats. We were getting we actually out rebounded them at the end of the game, 47-41. We shot 30% from three. They shot 34% from three. Turnovers. Like I said, we had 15 in that first half. We ended the game with 20 turnovers. The Suns only had 13. This is the big stat right here. They had 11 points off turnovers, 16 fast break points, 44 points in the paint. It was just not looking good. I think I missed a super chat. What was a super chat? Oh yeah, thank you for the super chat, Jelani. He said, "What the fuck was that? 20 turnovers? Damn disgrace." Yeah. 15 turnovers in a half is crazy. We cannot win. We cannot win with 15 turnovers in a half. That's impossible. I'm not gonna say it's impossible, but it's just not likely you're gonna win a game with 15 turnovers. But yeah, so you go ahead, Sam.
I mean, we basically had no offensive game plan, and we had 20 turnovers, and James Harden played like Westbrook tonight. And I will say one thing, because I've been seeing people hop in Discord here. This is not Patty Mills' fault. To call Patty Mills an idiot, if you think that's the reason we lost the game because he missed a couple open threes at the end, come on, dude.
I wasn't expecting to win the game at all.
That's a cheap shot, dude. I mean, the game was over from the first quarter.
Yeah,
when we I think had 7 or 8 turnovers in the first quarter alone. And 8. 4 of them were Harden's, 4 of them were KD's. The game was over from the beginning. I hate to say it, but you could just tell the way they were playing and the way we were playing. Like, our offensive game plan was horrible. Like, Benry was the only guy that was like really being active, trying to make cuts, trying to do, and it just you're not going to win a game. That's like KD. I'll say this and shut up. KD said this a long time ago. Another game where we had 20 turnovers. Yeah. He said the way that's like is basically saying before you start the game, give the other team 20 times to score, and then go try to win a game. Yeah, he said that's what it's like. When you have 20 turnovers, you're giving them a head start before the game's even over.
They had a couple more shots, and we shot 92. No, they shot 92 shots. We shot 84 shots, so they shot more shots than us, and a lot of those came off the turnovers. And so, like Saint said, I thought the game was kind of. I didn't think it was over in the first, but it looked really, really bad. I thought it was more over in that third quarter because the second quarter is where the Nets made that 15-5 run. And we cut it to, I think, was it 13
I think we
or
got
10?
it to 5 at the end of the second, like right going into the
halftime.
half.
It was
before halftime, we got it down to 5. Then it went up to 7. Then it went back up to 10 or 11 by the time the thing was open.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
We
so
got
by halftime, it was like 10-7.
Then...
It was like 10 or 7. We cut it to 10 or 7 at halftime.
Yeah.
And then I thought the second half, like Nash was going to make adjustments because. Well, first off, shout out to the Suns. They're just a better team than us right now. Like I said, they're playing amazing basketball. Coach Monty got those guys playing great, and he was exposing the switches. Like there was, I don't know why we started switching. Really switched 1 through 5 this game. We went away from the drop coverage. I don't know if we were getting killed in drop coverage early on, but we started switching everything, and Coach Monty exposed that. We saw a lot of LaMarcus. I swear, LaMarcus guarded Chris Paul and Devin Booker than I seen anybody else. I seen Bembry guard Chris Paul or D Book. I didn't see. I saw LaMarcus on literally the whole night. It was LaMarcus versus Chris Paul and D Book guarding those guys, and I'm like, it can't do that. We can't do this. Like we can't. They were exposing the switch. So shout out, Monty did a good job.
Johnny with another super chat.
He said if Nash inserted that lineup with KD at the 5 at the half, he would have had won this game because CP3 and Book was on the clamps in the fourth. Yeah. That's what I was saying. Like it took Nash. So I know LaMarcus was giving us buckets. In that third quarter. Like he was kind of keeping the game alive, but the switching was really. He had to adjust. At least tell people. At least if you're gonna make an adjustment, right? He could have did 2 things. He could have just went completely small and take LaMarcus out like he did in the fourth quarter. He could have did that early on, or he could have just told the team, listen, we're not switching on LaMarcus. If they try to expose LaMarcus, the screener's man has to fight over the screen, and LaMarcus has to go back to DeAndre Ayton. I don't care who it is. You know what I'm saying? As long as we can switch 1 through 4, but that 5, the screener has to come over he's got to come over the screen, fight over the screen, and LaMarcus got to go back to DeAndre Ayton so we don't get exposed on him getting switched on. So those are the 2 options Nash had to do in that third quarter, but he let that go. He let LaMarcus kept getting switched on until the fourth quarter. I think it was like late in the fourth, and he was like, okay, let me let LaMarcus go and go small with KD at the 5. So it just, like I said, it was too late, too many turnovers. And then we got to talk about Harden.
I mean, I think to add on to that, man, dude, I think like, I don't want to put this. It's not completely on Nash, but the big difference that I noticed between their coach and our coach is when we went on a run. Monty did a great job of calling it at a certain point and stopped our run, and then they got refocused and went back to what was working. Yeah, where Nash wouldn't do that, like especially when we would get on a run, and then they would kind of he just wouldn't. It just. Yeah, that's I don't really bang on him too much, like because you have to.
No, it's not all his fault.
He did switch out LaMarcus when that was starting to get exposed,
but it was too late, bro. It was the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it was too late. Like, but the James Johnson, I can't believe the James Johnson thing actually worked. But
the lineup, like I said, he could have went. Yeah. He could have did that early on, but the problem is he went too late. But in that fourth, again, it's like we can't just have KD. By himself, like I said before. Thank God Devin Booker had 4 fouls at the I think it was the third quarter or fourth quarter. He was in foul trouble, he
had 5 ending up, and the thing was, bro, it was bad because this whole game was just the way they scored was them either exposing LaMarcus switching onto a point guard or them getting open shots. That was all their points today.
Nets Nation, do you see that? He said, yo, AJ.
Thank you for a super chat, Nets
I think he meant to say, can I get a wrench by my name, not a ranch, but.
A ranch? Oh, wrench. Oh.
He wants to be a mod, but thank you for the super chat.
Donate $30 more bucks, man.
KGT Kim, we are not elite yet. Rome wasn't built in a day.
Yeah.
I'm not going to just say, oh, damn, we're coming in. Another one, Harden for Cole Anthony and Mo Bamba. Stop.
Yeah. What was I gonna say?
Do you want to cook into Harden?
Oh, there's another super chat. Is there another super chat?
Yeah, I just read it. JH.
Oh, okay.
You
Oh,
got like 3 quick ones. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so Jelani started, or Nets Nation said, can he get a wrench? Wants to be a mod. KGT came in and said, we're not elite yet. And then JH just said, Harden for Cole Anthony and Mo Bamba.
Yeah, we're gonna get to Harden, man, because there was Harden was, oh my god,
damn,
it was coming to like somebody called Road
Dude,
Royal. This is bad.
These guys are trying to buy you. These guys are trying to buy you out of depression tonight, bro. This was sad.
He got booed.
Jelani.
Did
you hear that? He did get booed, huh?
I'm gonna put up a poll right now. So I'm gonna put up the poll. So what's the reason we lost?
Harden. I don't even know what the poll is, but it's Harden.
Is Real Royal in here? I bet you Real Royal's not in here.
He gonna come back. The Real World gonna come back next game. Be like, what I missed, or he gonna come right in.
Yeah, what happened? I didn't see the game.
Oh my god! So we're breaking down the team stats right now. So the box score, basically, Katie had 40.
Here, let me put up this.
13 for 28, 4 for 7 from 3.
The whole game, pretty much.
Yeah, like I said, he played the whole game basically.
Stats for you, so
9 for 11 from the foul line. He had 9 rebounds, 7 assists, 4 steals, 1 block, 5 turnovers.
Why is it?
LaMarcus had 18. Patty Mills had 9. Harden had a triple-double, 12, 14 assists, 13 rebounds, 0 for 6 from 3, 4 for 15 from
the worst triple-double in the history of sports. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah. 7 turnovers is not good. And then Bembry had 18.
Those are Westbrook stats, right there.
Yeah. It does feel like Westbrook type flow.
Prime Westbrook is on the Brooklyn Nets right now.
And no shot at anybody, but Cam Thomas ain't ready for a game like this today.
Yeah, when he got put in the game, did you see how Devin Booker was just like, rookie?
Shout out to Jelani again for another super chat. He said, Harden, no question. AJ Harden.
Damn, I didn't even put the poll up. Damn,
put 20 turnovers, Harden, and no offensive game.
I put Suns are too good. Harden. What you said? Harden is what?
20 turnovers.
Oh no, he had
7 turnovers. Right?
Yeah, 7 turnovers.
But put 20 turnovers as the reason why we lost the game.
Katie had 5. LaMarcus had 1, and Patty had 2.
Bruce Brown had 2. Javon
All
Carter
right, this is what I put. I put Suns are too good. Harden turnovers, and then I put Nash as last.
Jelani had another super chat. Yeah, you saw that.
Yeah.
I was the first. I was actually the first one to say Harden, AJ. I'm not gonna lie.
He said, I didn't know what the goal was. Harden. That's bad funny, bro. But yeah, with Harden, like it was bad, bro. Like I haven't seen. This might have been the worst I thought we've seen that Harden, but this was.
I've never heard Harden get booed by his own crowd ever.
Harden was literally getting booed by Barclays, and that's bad. And this was crazy because this was a record-setting audience for the Barclays. Like this was the most people who's ever been in Barclays ever. Do you guys understand? I think it was like 18,200. They said it on the thing. It was like this is a record-setting ever for Barclays, like packed out.
Imagine this was your first game going to a Nets game, and then you just see Harden fucking getting 19 turnovers per fucking minute, dude.
Harden had 6 points. I think until the fourth quarter with 5 minutes left. I think that's when he scored his last 10.
Last 6.
And then he wants to drive to the paint with 20 seconds left.
Bro, it was bad, bro. I couldn't even. Like I said, I have no words for how Harden played. It was just. He didn't look like I said, he didn't look like the superstar.
I mean, it was going off his knee. It was going off his foot. He was throwing bad passes. It was horrible.
There was a moment in this game where I was thinking about, he got to sit Harden. Like, it was hurting us. We had to sit him. He was gone. I think that point when Katie was alone in the third, like late in the third, like we started to make a little comeback, like went on a little run. And I was like, nah, Harden might have to sit. And that's bad. When I'm saying we have to sit Harden, like
we have to sit the guy that's getting paid $40 million. I never thought there'd be a point in my life where I'd be saying, where's Marcus Zagorowski at?
He just gave an interview. Somebody asked him a question. Said James Harden on finding the balance between scoring and playmaking for his teammates, and he said, "Honestly, I'm trying to figure that all out right now."
Yeah, Bro, like I said, I can't even explain how bad. Like you just have to. I don't even know they're gonna show this in the highlight. Probably not gonna like you're gonna go on YouTube and type Brooklyn Nets for Suns. You're probably not gonna see Harden. Like
Yeah, you probably not gonna see.
you're gonna see a whole bunch of KD highlights and a whole bunch of Devin Booker and Chris Paul.
I'm not gonna lie. You're gonna see that 1-and-1 Harden got. You're gonna see that
at the end.
Yes.
No, they're not gonna put that. I don't think the NBA is gonna put that in the highlight reel.
Yeah, no. They'll put it in, but then they'll end the video.
Oh, at the end when they. Yeah, bro, it's like it was bad. Like,
KGT with a super chat. He says, "So you're all saying Harden is a product of D'Antoni?"
No.
And I don't like D'Antoni, so I hope not.
This is like I said,
I'm not a D'Antoni fan, man.
I'm sorry, I'm really lost for words on Harden.
Bring back D'Antoni. Bring him back.
I feel like last year he proved that he doesn't have to like play, and I know that he was our like what was he our assistant coach last year or whatever the fuck. But he can. That was like he can do it, bro. Like he can score and facilitate.
But let's break this down. Okay, take it back to last year when he came over. Nobody was unhappy with his play at all last year, right? Like he
was passive when he first got here, but when he got it together, it was it.
Yeah, like so, and we didn't get the same Harden after he got injured. So I mean. I know he just says, "Hey, I'm trying to figure it out still between passing and scoring." But if I like really watch him, it just doesn't look like he is in shape. It doesn't like he looks slow. He looks lackadaisical. He looks like he's playing a pickup game out on the street, like with his passing sometimes.
He's in Planet Fitness right now, dude. Every one of those games, it's like when Harden can't shake up DeAndre Ayton, I know something's all right. I know something's not going.
But it just doesn't like. That's the thing is like he just doesn't look right. It's not even that like because I believe the guy can score, the guy can pass, like he has that skill. It's just the athleticism. For him to play like we all want him to is not there. And I'm not even sure if that's going to come back. Like, are we starting to see the decline of Harden? Like, because I mean, he's in shape, but he's not in like full NBA game shape, if that makes sense. Because
you got to do that before the season.
Like, he's still playing. I mean, let's be honest though. He's still playing 40 minutes a game. You got to be in good shape to play 40 minutes of an NBA game. He's just not in the shape that we're used to.
Let me read these super chats. Thank you, Mariah Shields. She said, "Hard nothing without free throws this year's show." Oof, they're coming out hard and bad. Ooh, it's gonna be a Harden kind of. JH, shout out to JH. He said Harden is a product of fast food, not D'Antoni.
Oh my gosh! No.
Yo, I got a comment. I think. Like literally before, it was like I think I texted Saint this. Somebody said Harden is Ricky Rubio with the. Came in at Harden.
Rubio was playing better last game.
They said Harden was Ricky Rubio tonight with a beard, and I'm like,
I'm not gonna lie. Put him in a 1-on-1. Ricky Rubio might expose Harden. I'm not gonna lie.
And if the last game we played Ricky Rubio, I'd rather have Ricky Rubio gameplay the last game, dude.
Bro, it was like I said, I have no word. I can't even explain how bad Harden played. Like it was literally like he couldn't even bring up the ball. Like there was a position he would bring up the ball and try to turn. They could do one crossover and it was a turnover. Like it was just like that bad, bro. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So what the Suns kind of did, and shout out to the Suns because again they played great. 16 games in a row. Oh nah, they going.
Nah, that's crazy.
How he don't deserve his beard? Somebody said James Harden doesn't deserve his beard.
Dude. You gotta pin that comment, bro. That shit's the best.
What the Suns did with the like I said, they did a great job on showing two bodies at KD, and what they did to kind of like they kind of doubled KD slightly, but what that did was leave Bembry kind of wide open a lot. So Bembry was making great cuts. So he had a great game. Shout out to DeAndre Bembry. But I didn't know DeAndre Ayton. He kind of can guard 1 through 5. I guess I was wrong about it. I thought we could have exposed him. Like they were exposing us with LaMarcus. Like switch. Okay, Chris Paul. LaMarcus got to guard Chris Paul. He got to guard D Book. But I felt like when we switched on DeAndre Ayton, when I seen DeAndre Ayton on Harden, then I'm like Harden couldn't take advantage of DeAndre Ayton. He couldn't. I don't know if it was because Harden can't do it, or it was because
I'm not gonna lie. Harden hasn't been able to take advantage of anybody this year.
Yeah, it was like, bro, he's a center. Like, go buy. You know what I'm saying? You know what the old Harden would do to DeAndre Ayton? You know what I'm saying? One on one.
I'm not gonna lie. He turned DeAndre Ayton the spin cycle.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
In 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019.
And I know Ayton is good a defender, but he's not. Come on, bro. If you put him one on one with KD and Harden,
he's a center, bro.
I'm not gonna lie.
Centers can't keep up with him.
He's a good defender. Don't get me wrong, but we saw in the finals he could not guard Giannis in that finals. He couldn't guard Giannis in the finals.
2020 Harden is putting him in a spin cycle.
Yeah, and like I said, they did a good job. And like I said, it took Nash till the fourth quarter to realize, like, I can't put LaMarcus. LaMarcus would be hurting us. Even though LaMarcus was amazing offensively, he was killing it. But he was getting abused on the switches. So it was like he would score, and they would score on him.
Why were we switching so much? I don't understand. Yeah. If you play LaMarcus for however many minutes he played, and he got switched every possession. He got switched every possession. Why do you keep going to a switch? That's not something that players just do like all the time.
Yeah.
You got there's no way Nash isn't telling him to switch. It's not possible.
Yeah. Let me read some comments here because I know the comments going crazy. Yeah, somebody said Harden only care about strippers. I'm crying.
Well, I gotta point this one out. Somebody, I can't believe he said this usable fiber. Why isn't Joe Harris an option on the vote? My God.
Oh my God. Seriously, stop it. Don't just ignore that one. He's trolling.
I know, but that is just like stupid, dude.
He's trolling. Somebody said, why playing Millsap? Shout out Tommy Ryan said, I feel like the Nets, they're so good that they don't need to game plan. Oh, they think that they're so good. That's a good point, Tommy Brand. Yeah, it might be, maybe so. I mean, it's a coach's job to be
offensive game plan. Didn't I say that?
Yeah, it's the coach's job though to game plan. Like, it's their job to get them ready for like scout this team and point out issues with it's the coach's job to get them ready, and they were not prepared for this. They were not.
I mean, it's obvious when we played let's just say the teams that I give a shit about us beating. The Bucks whooped our ass. The Warriors whooped our ass.
Damn.
Suns whooped our ass. Who was the other team? And the Bulls whipped our ass. Those are the only 4 teams that I really give a shit that we've lost to, or like, because I know some people are like, oh, well, when you say we're only losing against the good teams, and then they're like, oh, well, we beat this. No, these 4 teams are arguably better and are going to have a chance to go deep into the playoffs, other than some of the other teams that we beat. And it's like there isn't a. I mean, it was so obvious in those 4 games. If you go back and look at how discombobulated we looked. It was go in, if you can't get a shot, pass it out to Harden. If Harden can't do anything, pass it to KD. And then people were just standing around. There was like literally no offense. I don't know why it seems like when we go up against these really good teams so far this year that there's barely any picks being set. There's barely any plays being run. It's like full ISO ball.
We were basically relying on KD ISO to make us. I mean, KD had 40 basically.
And if he gets hot, then they try to double, and then maybe we'll get lucky with a cutter like Bembry or somebody else, or Patty Mills or Joe Harris wide open 3. That seems to be like our game plan. Let them get hot so that they start double teaming, then we can pass off. But outside of that,
turnovers, like outside of Harden's turnovers, how do you feel like you ran the offense tonight?
He did pass the ball well. I mean, he had great assists, but it's like tonight we don't need passing Harden, bro. We needed scoring Harden.
I'm not gonna lie. Against good teams, a Harden without scoring is no Harden at all. There, to be honest, you'd rather if Harden isn't scoring against a team that has one of the best scorers on their team, along with one of the best point guards on their team, and a good all around team that can take advantage of bad defense. It's not that difficult. Like, you need to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying about KD. Is like when there's been times up here like people just make it seem like he doesn't need to score. And I guess against bad teams, he doesn't. But everybody's just like, oh, he plays with KD, and it's like, well, what if KD is like going off, but the whole entirety of our opponent is going off? Like KD just, KD can't do it all like by himself, and if it's against a good team, he has to be able to score consistently. I'm not saying he has to put up 40 or 35, but like he has to be able to score consistently. That's what I've been,
at least 25, especially tonight, because the Stars got to score.
Yeah.
Stars got to score.
If you're gonna, James Harden can get away with having a Westbrook double, triple double, like on purpose when we're playing crap teams. But when you're facing a team of this caliber, he has to step up. Like it can't just be, hey, I'm going to grab 13 rebounds, 14 assists. Like that's crazy that he had more rebounds than anybody on the team, but and then coupled with 7 turnovers, it's like, nah, dude. Like, and that's where the game plan. And this is where I do blame Nash, and I do blame the coaching staff, is that you have no fucking game plan for these guys. It's like you have James Harden and KD like on your team, and you have and you're literally not. You're just leaving it to ISO ball. Yeah. I mean, I just don't. It's like, what are you doing in practice that you look and go, hey, that looks good. Keep doing that. Like,
I was gonna say, the poll right now. I put the poll up. If you guys haven't voted. What's the reason we lost? So 51% of the people in Nets Nation said Harden. 29 in second place said turnovers. Third place said the Suns are too good at 14%, and then last is Nash is last. So Nash doesn't get. That's a rarity when we see Nash last in the polls.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Nash is actually last in the poll.
Well, I mean, it's the three things we talked about: no offensive game plan, turnovers, and Harden.
Yeah, you couldn't really even blame it on that. It's hard to blame it on Nash tonight because it's like
we literally set a season high of turnovers this year.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
It was just literally Harden would walk up the court and turn it over.
Chill out. Not tonight, bro.
This guy, Patrick. Hey, listen, I get it, bro. He got a triple double, but let's take a look at Westbrook. He literally has been giving you Westbrook numbers and the way he's been playing.
Yeah, don't let the stats fool you, bro.
Don't
let the numbers fool you.
Lakers Nation and most people blame Westbrook for part of how the Lakers suck.
Westbrook had a triple double last night. He had a 20-point triple double last night, and he lost to the Kings.
Triple OT, yes.
Russ completely devalued like the meaning.
Shout out to Jaden.
Like
Jaden the GOAT.
Thank you, Jaden the GOAT. He said, I understand Harden played terrible, but people talking crazy. It sounds like everybody's saying his team's better off without Harden. They should trade him and hope Kyrie come back. No. We never said all that, bro. We never said that. We're just saying that this was
talking about other people.
Oh, he's saying people. Yeah, people got to chill with the trade hard. Yeah, it's not that bad. It's just this was shockingly bad, bro. It would just shock me how bad he was tonight. It would look really, really bad.
A lot of these games, I'm like, has Harden never played this bad before? And then there's another game, and you're like, there's no way Harden has played this bad before. Then you get another game. There's no way Harden has played this bad before. Like, it's a continuing. It continues. I don't remember Harden taking a lot of shots and him having decent efficiency.
And like I said, we got to give credit to the Suns because this is a Suns team that won 16 games in a row. Like, y'all understand, like, this is a great team. Yeah, so we got to give them credit. And they're together. And what's crazy is they won 16 in a row, and they're still second behind the Warriors, which is insane. That's how good the West is, bro. How you win 16 in a row?
I just want to know what is wrong. Like, what is it that he can do to improve? People have been screaming for more mid ranges. Is it just because I don't think the hamstring's holding him back anymore. He's done enough movement, enough driving, enough like crossovers, different things where it shows that like he's not favoring it anymore.
It's tough because it's like
he got to add tools to his bag. Like it's like we've been saying, it's like he got nerfed. They updated, they patched him. And it's like you lose tools, you gotta add some more to the bag. Like you have to. Like there was so many times, even this game, where he was open and he just drives in without the intent to even really try to finish it, and then he just passes it out. It's like, bro, that's the first thing that he could do to be able to score better. Like honestly,
we saw he lost his burst. Now we know that he lost that first step. So it's you just gotta adapt your game. Like I said, he went away from the floater. He doesn't use the floater no more. I saw Cam Thomas do a Harden floater tonight, and it looked great when he got in. So I'm like, why isn't Harden doing the same floater? So it's like he lost that first step. We all know as a parent, he lost the first step because he cannot take advantage of certain guys. He can't take advantage of DeAndre Ayton on switches. He can't take advantage of certain players on switches. So it's like now he's just got to adapt your game. Go to the rim. No more foul baiting. Stop the foul baiting. Go to the rim strong. Get fouled. Like be aggressive. And I'm talking about from the first quarter. You gotta be Harden. Got to be aggressive from the first quarter. Like you can't be on this. I'm gonna pass. 8 assists, 9 assists.
Two people just to add on to that. Oh, real quick, Stephen O. Super Chat team build around 3 stars. We only have one.
Now it's built around 3 stars. He wasn't saying that earlier.
No, in the season. But hey, dude, don't get me started.
The Suns only have 2 stars though, and Devin Booker is a superstar, and Chris is like a.
I think he's saying.
Is Chris Paul a superstar?
I think he's only saying that right now. We have 3 superstars. Teams built around 3, and the only one that's really showing up right now is KD. I think that's
okay.
That's where he's going with it. I mean, because there's truth.
To be fair, there are actually 2 people showing up, but one's actually playing.
Yeah,
LA.
No.
And the thing is, like, even with all this terrible game by Harden and the 20 turnovers, we still had a chance to win. We were still in the fourth quarter with 3 minutes left. It was down to like 6 points. I think we were down 6, and I think it was 6 in the 3 minutes left. We cut it to 6. I think Patty Mills missed that 3, and then after he missed the second 3, I think it was a wrap from there. But we still had a chance.
Like it's Patty Mills' fault.
Yeah, we still had a chance. Like, you know what I'm
saying? I promise it's not Patty Mills' fault when Harden's literally getting booed. I promise it's not his fault. I promise.
I mean, I think there might be some truth to this with Harden. We might be starting to see the decline of Harden. I'm not kidding.
He's 32. I mean, it's possible.
Hold on, we got a lot of super chats. Did I read this one? Jaden the GOAT.
I don't know if we read the last 2. I feel like
I want to put the respect.
I feel like if you want Harden to get back to himself, move him back shooting guard. Tell him just to score so he can play point guard. Because he can't play point guard, but at his best he plays back to shooting guard.
He's better as a point guard. If you just gave him the sole job of scoring, like at least as a point guard, like he can give us a triple double, But if you just made him a shooting guard, like
we have no choice because who on a point guard? I mean, he can run. KD's not. He can't run point guard for like 36. We need KD to score mostly.
That's the thing, though.
KD can't do everything. He can't.
Harden has always been a scorer facilitator. So I don't know why that's all of a sudden. Because a couple people earlier, he gave his interview and he said he's having a hard time deciding when to do this. Well, and then somebody else, a couple people said it earlier, like dude is in his head. I don't know why that's all of a sudden an issue. He's always been like that. He's been a walking triple-double all the way back to his Houston days, facilitating and scoring. So what is the problem there? Like, that's the part I don't get. But the other one, Maria Shields, I don't know if you read this one. It says, Harden has played bad the whole season. He stays, and he says that he's figuring it out. But when is he actually going to figure it out in December? I wouldn't say he's been playing bad the whole season.
He's had some good games.
He's had a handful of good games. We've only played like 6 good games. So, but I get it. I mean, but that is fair to say. Like, dude is in his head, and my question is, why are you in your head? That you've always been a scorer facilitator.
Always, and
that's why maybe he's having a hard time acknowledging that. Hey, I am losing. I am starting to decline. I don't think we're going to see the Harden from 3 years ago.
Yeah, he played the best basketball of his life last year, and it's like seemed like he had it down to a science. So I don't know.
There's points in this game. This is why I told Harden has to be aggressive from early on because this game we desperately needed scoring. But there's points in this game where I literally saw Harden drive, have a layup, but pass it out, and then it'll be a turnover because Mikal Bridges is like, oh, he's not going to go to there. He'll just tick, and it'll be easy turnover.
I'm not going to lie. Mikal Bridges is just playing the passing lanes on Harden. Harden will literally drive, and he'll sit at the mid-range to just pick up the ball from Harden.
Yeah, it was bad, bro. Like I said, this was really bad. The turnovers was really key. Like I said, you're joining us right now. The Suns beat us 113-107. Turnovers was bad. The rebounding wasn't even that bad tonight. Like I said, we out rebounded the Suns tonight. But
there was a couple moments where rebounding was JaVale
McGee that second quarter and the first quarter.
But that was it.
Killing,
I mean, if you're getting scoring, like obviously rebounding's not an issue if you have an aggressive part.
Yeah. Thank you, Jelani, for super chat. He said we need Kyrie back. With Kyrie back and a healthy team, we are the best team. Plain and simple. I'm just waiting to hear he will be back with the team. Yeah, I mean, with this game, of course, every game we could use Kyrie. But again, don't get me wrong, we killed ourselves tonight with 15 turnovers and a half. If we reduce that to 2, how would this game look? If you reduce those 15 turnovers to 2, how would this game look? And even with 20 turnovers, we were still down 6 points in the fourth quarter.
We still only lost by 6. We still only lost by 6.
Like I said, we were down 6. So it's like and that's all without Kyrie. So it's like I can't just put this on Kyrie. You know what I'm saying?
We're well equipped to beat any team in this league right now.
I mean,
yeah.
Okay. So since somebody brought up Kyrie.
Oh man.
Since somebody brought up, dude, you should have heard me in Discord earlier. I snapped, bro. I fucking snapped on Kyrie, and I'm trying to keep it in right now. I'm at a place. Hey, Rage, where's my one with the one you haven't sent me yet?
What's Kyrie doing today?
Oh, okay. Hold on a second. Okay, yeah.
Oh,
so,
man.
what do you think Kyrie's doing today? Let's take some guesses.
Damn,
what do you guys think he's? What do you
chat,
think?
What is Kyrie doing today? I'll put it in the chat right now.
What do you think he did? Oh, first, what do you think he did for Thanksgiving? That's the first question. Okay.
Oh man.
And then let's see. And then what do you think he did?
Hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button and find out what Kyrie's doing today. Hit that like button right now.
Only on Next Kingdom, in my opinion.
Only on Next Kingdom. You guys hit that like button. You'll find out. We got the breaking news on Kyrie.
Okay, so I got a text message from Julian, and Julian said, "Hey, bro, as the president of Kyrie Nation, like, you're never gonna guess who came down and cooked with me. Like we were gonna like." So then all of a sudden I was waiting. I was like, fuck, what's it going to be? Like said loading. And all of a sudden this picture popped up, bro. He said we were going to cook a turkey, but there's too many.
Kyrie's in Florida?
Yeah, Kyrie was in Florida.
That's not Florida.
Oh, my God.
This is Julian's backyard, bro.
Breaking news, guys. Julian was actually in his house getting some water.
Yeah.
No, that's not Florida.
Julian took this photo, dude.
Kyrie went to Florida for Thanksgiving and had alligator. Yeah, that's what y'all trying to tell me? He was in Florida for Thanksgiving. Yep. Oh my God!
The meat actually looked kind of good. Like
that looked kind of good. I want to throw up.
That is disgusting.
Then Kyrie sent a couple of other text messages to Julian, and he sent them to me. And after he left Julian's house, he went on a nice mountain bike ride through the Everglades.
Wow,
okay. It was beautiful out there.
I can see Kyrie doing this. I can see Kyrie doing this. I can see
enjoying the nature and shit like.
He would be in the woods like on a bike. Kyrie would do this. He would do this. I'm not
calling. And then he sent another message to him and said, "Bro, I appreciate the good day. It was long. We drank some beers. We ate some gator. Went on a mountain bike ride, and I'm ready for bed, bro. Like, I'm fucking tired. Bro.
He really looked
nah.
He's like, "Can I sleep on your couch, bro?" And this is Julian. Julian couldn't believe
anything for you,
Kyrie. This looked like
slept on his couch, bro.
This looked like what Kyrie would be doing watching this game. Like he probably watching this game just like this. Like he probably watched the game like, damn, y'all.
Yeah,
what
smiling. And that's what set me up. Like, I'm not gonna lie, dude. That first quarter pissed me off to and all kinds of thoughts like, why are we playing this shitty? Why do we look this bad? Why do we get our asses beat against the real top teams, not some of these other fakers? And then this is all I can think about is this photo right here. Like, this is what the fuck he's doing. Like, how do you not feel bad for your team?
Yo,
are you still doing research?
I see you, Leb. Pull up, Leb. Leb, pull up, Leb.
But yeah, I'm sorry, bro. Like, I am low key about, like, I'm reaching my limit of like no Kyrie and Kyrie at home sitting collecting $17 fucking million doing fucking nothing. Like, I'm ready to lose my shit, bro. Seriously.
Somebody said Kyrie. My fault. Somebody said Kyrie sleeps with his eyes open.
bro. I just don't know how you sit there and keep, after 20 some odd games, still silence nothing. Oh, and the other thing I have to bring up, since we're on this, and I saved it and I will pull it up, is they did an interview with Bemry, and then the whole interview with Bemry was basically saying, like, nobody knows what's going on with Kyrie. Like Nash, Bembry, some other people, they reach out to him and they don't even talk about basketball. They just say how you're doing. But they all say, and even Bembry says, like, I don't know what's going to happen. Like, we love him. We're here for him. We're just trying to have patience. Like, it doesn't sound like good at all.
It doesn't sound good, bro.
It doesn't sound like Kyrie's interested one bit playing on this team, like, at all. And it's like, I'm at a point where I don't know how you have that, like, $35 million asset just chilling at home and you're, like, totally okay with it. Like, at some point, you do have to admit it is kind of fair to say that Kyrie is affecting this team by not being on it. It is a very big part of our team. He was a huge part of our team, a huge part of our game plan. And when you don't have that, you get embarrassed by the Suns, you get embarrassed by the Bucks, you get embarrassed by the Bulls and the Warriors. Because if we had Kyrie, do you think the games would be that bad if he was there?
We wouldn't have lost any of those games. We wouldn't have lost.
So I've had enough of his ass.
I'm just reading the comments. The poll right now. So we had what's the reason we lost to the Suns? 52% have said Harden. 29 in second place said turnovers, and third 15% said Suns are too good, and last place is Nash 6%. Is Levin here? Pull up. Is Levin here?
Yeah, I'm
pull up
trying
Levin.
To get him.
Well,
thank you, Nets Nation. He said Christmas game will be very interesting. Yeah. I mean, like I said, we can't. Like I said, it's not panic mode that we lost to the Suns, a great team. It's the regular season. It's not panic. We don't have to panic tonight. Like I said, it's a good team that beat us, and we, like I said, we still cut it down to 6 in the fourth quarter. Even the way we played tonight was trash. It was very, very trash. But
see, I beg to differ.
Nothing
Why
to panic
not?
over.
Why not though?
To panic?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's 20 games, but we look fucking ugly out there, dude. Like, I'm kind of getting to that point where everybody's, like, either trying to be super nice about Kyrie and Kyrie being out and Kyrie's the king and this and that, and just let him do his thing.
No, it's not about Kyrie. I'm just saying it's the first. We're still first in the. I think we're still first in the East, though, bro.
I know, but I'm still. What I was going to say, the second part of that is that it is pretty obvious every time we play a really good team, we get embarrassed.
Yeah.
That's true.
And we come up on here and then we go, oh, it's okay. Let's not get worried about it. It's too early. But it's pretty damn obvious. Like, we have zero game plan out there. And it's like, if your stars, if KD and Harden are not hitting, we're losing. I mean, that's the reality of it. And then when you have no game plan and you go up against a team that has a legit game plan, you gotta, like, that is something to be worried about, even if it is 20 games in.
Yeah, no, it does. Like I said, it does worry me that we lose to good teams, but it's like, it's not. We play bad as a team, though. Like I said, like KD had 39 tonight, but LaMarcus had 17, Bembry had 18, but it's like we're not focused as a team. You know what I'm saying? We're not focused to beat these. If we played good tonight and lost, then I would feel like, you know what I'm saying? But it's still like the way we played does worry me. But it's just I can't say I'm like OD panicked because, like I said, we're first in the East. It's still a regular season. I can't get crazy on the regular season.
I'm not saying be OD pissed, but I also think Nets Nation walked into the season thinking one thing, and we all thought it was like this was a championship year. Everybody squared away. Look at the bench we got, and it still feels like people are refusing to realize that there is some very big problems in Nets Nation, and nobody and if anybody says something right now, like it happens on Twitter, it happens in Discord, it happens here, it's like if you say something, oh, you're panicking, and oh, just don't worry about it, the regular season doesn't matter, and it's like I beg to differ. Like, the regular season does matter, because if you go the whole season beating all these shit teams, but every time you play a good team, you can't beat them and you still get in the playoffs. Do you think all of a sudden magically when you're in the playoffs against these very good same teams that you're going to be like, oh, well, we're in the playoffs, so I can beat them now? And it's like, that's the other narrative that I can't stand with this kind of crap either, is that the regular season doesn't matter as long as we get in the playoffs. Well, what? All of a sudden we get in the playoffs and we're going to just instantly play the Magic Nets ball we've all been waiting for against good teams?
That's true, but I could argue this: the Warriors won 73-9, and they didn't win the finals that year. So it's like,
yeah, no, I get that, but they went. At least they made it. At this
it's
rate,
hard to, yeah.
I know,
For
but
me,
at this
it
rate,
matters
do you
more
think
than
if we're playing like we are now against good teams, we are not making it to the finals. We may get a first round win, but we are not getting to the finals if we're playing the way we are, in my opinion.
No, that's true.
Like I said, how y'all feel about how the regular season? Does the regular season matter to y'all like that? How y'all feel about it?
This season is a little different, mainly because like,
and answer in the chat too if the regular season matters to y'all. You guys answer
because of the rule change. Like I've been watching like Harden more this season to see how he adapts. So I think it's important in that sense, and how we play, like how we play against the good teams. It's like, yeah, you can take notes from that. So it's like, it's not like it doesn't matter, but you know, this season I think it definitely matters more than you know last season. Last season we had Kyrie. We was walking into the playoffs with Kyrie, KD, and Harden and stuff, and like, you know, it was no worries. But now, you know, it's a little different now. But
yeah,
I'm not like
health. Doesn't health trump that too though? Like health matters to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course, when in the regular season matters to get to the playoffs, we got to win, obviously. But health matters to me.
Low manage,
health
yeah.
matters.
I've always wanted to low manage, not miss 2 weeks like Kyrie did, but like I've always supported low managing to get them into the playoffs, like, and decrease the chances of you getting injured. So,
opposite, we could still be good teams and lose in the playoffs. Like if we beat, like say, like I told you, the Warriors beat a whole bunch of teams in the in the regular season, but they still lost in the playoffs.
I get that, but if you go a whole season getting your ass handed to you by all the good teams, that doesn't really give you a really good feeling going into the playoffs, knowing you're going to face these teams in a 7-game series when you've maybe had a couple games against them in the season and you got your ass handed to you every time. Like, I mean, when Kyrie does not play, you can throw out load management right away, especially the way I keep hearing the term, the way the team's constructed. You could throw that shit right out the window, because if you don't have a team, the rest of the guys, yes, you can see them getting better together, and other guys are stepping up like Patty Mills, LaMarcus. You know, we are having guys do that. But if everybody is not, like, if you can't sit there and sit KD for a game or Harden for a game and not be concerned that you're going to win or lose, like where's the load management? Because these guys are still playing damn near 40 minutes a game. Kevin Durant played 44 tonight. James played 40. Like, I just, that's the other thing about this that I don't know. Oh, there was 2 super chats. Kyrie will be a road warrior in 6 weeks. Compromise. Yeah, that might be good. And then King Jadix said, any roster moves, think y'all will help. Yeah. Appreciate the super chat.
I mean, like I said, there's different opinions. Some people think the regular season matters a whole lot, and some people, like I said, I'm on the. It doesn't. Like I said, I've seen great teams I've seen teams beat great teams in the regular season and still lose first round in the playoffs, and I've seen the opposite. So it's like, that's why like I said, I know regular season matters. It does matter a little bit to me, but it doesn't. I don't put like a crazy amount of stock in it. Like,
we have time to like get it together. Like,
what do you think about this? Like, Saint, you're absolutely right. They're acting like it's just regular season issue, but Nash has proven not to make adjustments in the playoffs either. No game plan or offensive identity. I mean, I don't want to.
But we knew Nash was going to be like this, though. We knew Nash was going to be like this, even with Kyrie. We knew Nash was going to be like this.
Let me ask Rage, Chubbs, and Julian, and you, like, when can we stop using the excuse we're still trying to figure it out, or we don't have an identity yet? Like, when is that fair to say, like, hey, you should have this shit figured out by now?
This year?
Yeah, because we're already 20 games in, like, and you're looking at other teams that for some reason other teams have knew and they look like they've got an offensive game plan.
Earlier in the season, I was the one who was like let's wait to 20 games in to see, and it's obviously still not looking promising. We're not that consistent, but I mean, there's a you have a right to like be unhappy like with the progress right now for a fact. Anybody has a right to not be like completely satisfied with how we've been playing, but I think it's, you know, we still do have time. Like, don't get it twisted, we have time. But I understand. I mean, I'm not happy with how we playing either all the way, but I'm just not like, I'm not super duper like, I'm not really worried yet. Like, I'll probably be like halfway if it's just horrible. Like, if we're close to the halfway point, it's just horrible.
So let's say we're still number one in the East and we're still losing to bad teams by March. Would you still be worried, or you would just be like,
talking about Saint or me?
You, Julian. Yeah.
Would I still be worried? Like, by March?
Yeah,
like it, like
you know.
I know it's how Saint feels. He's
like,
worried. He's already ready right now, like about it.
Oh yeah,
this is accepted though. I accept it.
Like, in Discord,
yeah.
I like just talk to. I think Rage was in there. Like, dude, I lost my shit in there. So I'm tame right now.
Halfway or over halfway, like I feel like the worry will start, and depending on how, like, for me personally, like depending on how we look. Really, like the last 10 games, like last 10, 15 games is when I'll be like, oh my God. Like, if we're still ass, I'll be like,
against good teams.
Yeah. I'll be like, oh my God. Like, then I'll be.
Then you start to panic.
Yeah, but it's like a gradual thing.
But let me throw this into there, Julian and AJ, is how long did we wait all last year for the coaching staff?
No, the whole year.
To make,
like I said, with the coaching's going to be bad, man. We know it's going to be bad.
So my thing is, then how I don't have a whole lot of hope in the Nets coaching staff making changes even this year.
Oh yeah. I've been worried about Nash, bro.
Harden can make big changes though. Harden can make big changes. I mean, he could get it together. I mean, I know it's looking kind of rough to bank on him, but like he was our coach sometimes. Like last year, he was the coach at some point in times. Like KD was the coach at some point in time.
I told y'all I was worried about. Remember when D'Antoni left? I told y'all I was gonna be worried about Steve Nash this year. And even if we had Kyrie on the team, I still would be worried about Steve Nash this year. Like, coaching matters in the playoffs. It's a big part of the playoffs. Coaching really matters in the playoffs. So I've been.
We was able to slide past because we had the trio, but it's like, you know.
Yeah.
You know what?
It still hurts. It still hurts too in the playoffs.
You know what I've discovered today?
Yeah.
Like, I really hit home is all the Harden stands will come out and be like, "Where the fuck is Kyrie?" And then all the Kyrie stands will be like no limit. Harden has to play better, bro. Like, that's what I've noticed. If you're a Harden stan and a Kyrie stan, like, you blame the other person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
I mean, it's both sides.
Harden
has to play better, and
Kyrie
has to play.
Kyrie needs to get off the fucking couch and get back in the game. That's what he needs to do.
Isaac, post to Discord. Isaac, they want to know where the Discord is. Make sure y'all hit that like button. I'm going to end this poll. So far, the end of the poll says 50% is Harden was number one reason why we lost. Second place was turnovers.
Can I make one more gripe and then I'll be over the Kyrie thing?
Mm-hmm.
With no limit. Okay, this is where I'm at with Kyrie and people that say Kyrie doesn't deserve any blame. Kyrie, you're the king, you're the GOAT, whatever, yada, yada, like trying to be all PC and say all the nice and right things about Kyrie. At what point, if you are Kyrie, as wonderful a human he is and the things he does for people, but that's standing aside, like, when somebody gives you something to do something and then you just refuse to play and you don't play and you don't make any change and you don't give any indication that you're going to do anything, and you're sitting there collecting $17 million for doing absolutely nothing, does it ever enter into their psyche of like, hey, I kind of feel bad, I'm just chilling here and I got all my homeboys over here, even though they're like saying, hey, do you, I get that. But like, how do you sit there and just not do anything and like not take some of the blame? Like, he made a choice for his life that what he wants to do is more important than playing basketball and for the team. So there is a choice in there, and it does affect other people. It affects his teammates. It affects the fans, because the fans spend millions and millions of dollars a year to pay for all of this. Like, it affects the ownership. So how does he not have any blame in the situation?
He has blame. He has blame.
That's what I don't understand, is how, like, I guess I would love to be in a world like where I could say, I'm not going to do my job, but give me $17 million. Like, I wish I could do that right now at work. Just be like, you know what? I'm not going to go to work, but just pay me money. Like,
He
like, where is, like, what world? Hey, that man, he lives in a whole different world than regular people.
Yeah.
But to argue, to be on the Kyrie fan side, to argue
I know he feels bad.
They sat him down though. He could have played away games, but the Nets told him to sit at home and we'll pay you. So it's not like he said, "I'm sitting home." The Nets were like, "You're gonna sit home and we're gonna pay you." That's what the Nets.
Of course, but I mean, at the same time, though, by him choosing not to get vaccinated and not be part of it, you're still also saying, like, hey, well, you're giving the team an ultimatum. So, like, what? Like, it's the team's fault that he's giving them an ultimatum as well? Like, he's also throwing it out there, like, forcing them make a decision. Yeah, Leb.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just chilling.
Yo, Leb.
Popcorn,
how you feeling, man? How you feeling?
Bro, I told AJ I was going to hop in here after I was done making this popcorn or whatever. And then my computer was, like, taking forever to boot up. And AJ DM'd me. I was like, bro, you, like, taking the kernels out the corn and shit? Like,
yeah, that's what I sent him a message. He's like, I'll be back. I'm making popcorn. And then I'm like, dude, what are you, like, shucking the corn? Pulling the corn?
Did you say?
You make a popcorn the old-fashioned way.
No,
I sent you. I thought AJ did.
No, I sent that to you. I'm like, what are you doing? Pulling the kernels off the corn, bro? Like,
bro, I was lit though. Like an hour ago, I checked my email. I saw that Nets Kingdom hoodie was getting shipped today. I was like, oh.
You know okay. Oh, by the way, the merch is in stores, y'all.
Yes,
merch is up. Yes, bknetskingdom.org. Get your merch. But Leb, yo, enter this convo. I mean, well, there's a lot that we talk about, but by the way, Leb was thinking about driving to this game.
Oh, bro, I was thinking about. I made a tweet about it too. I was like, bro, I almost drove 7 hours to watch James Harden get 7 turnovers. Like,
and 4 points. Wait, he had 6 points by the fourth quarter. He had
at that
6.
point, he had 4. But like,
he had 4. Yeah, it was crazy,
oh,
bro.
God. Yeah.
But yeah, get your input in, man, because this is crazy right now.
Get my input in. I mean,
yeah.
Actually, like, honestly, like, I didn't even watch the first half, and apparently everyone told me that was a great thing. Did I miss the first half?
Oh, yeah, it was great. You shouldn't have watched that first half.
He asked earlier, should I go watch it? And I was like, no, don't waste your time.
Bro, that first half was terrible, bro.
I went to like a college football game earlier, and that was sweet. And then, I don't know if you guys know the school, Old Dominion, but so I went to that, and then I came back, and we went to like some dinner for like my mom's birthday or whatever. And then I came home, and I'm like on the ride home, I checked Twitter, and I just see like everybody at James Harden's throat. I was like, bro, like, what is going on in this game?
Bro, he was trending like number 1. He's still trending right now.
I know what does it say? What's it say?
The Clays booed him, bro.
They were booing him, and we had a record-setting audience in the Barclays tonight, like 18,600, something like that. Record-setting. And we were getting punched by the Suns basically the whole game.
I can't remember what game it was, but he was on Houston, and he was playing against the Spurs. I don't know if it was game 6, but Kevin McHale was the coach, and he sat him, bro. I thought for a split second that they might sit him, but then I was like, oh, wait, Nash not like that.
Yeah, it was getting to the point where we might have to. I was thinking like we might have to sit Harden, bro. And I just saying that in my mind is crazy. Like, yo, we have to sit James Harden. Like, that's just I still can't comprehend that in my mind, bro.
Like, did you guys actually think that we should sit James Harden though?
No,
And there was a point in the third quarter. Yes.
Oh,
There was a
like-
point,
like-
I think AJ
Oh, in the
was the
game-
one.
in the game,
AJ
like-
brought that up, but I don't think that was a normal.
saying in the third quarter. Do you remember what he was doing in the third quarter?
Well,
saying,
I mean, what is honestly, bro,
did you see what he was-
think about it, dude. What would you?
he was
what would you
airballing
put in there?
floaters.
Of
He
course,
was turning it over every possession, bro.
What other
was-
option?
he
What
was
other
doing
option
that
do we
crazy.
really have, though? I hear you, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like, would it have mattered? I mean,
I thought you
who were
meant
you going to
still,
bring
like,
in?
the best
Javon
game or
Carter?
something.
Were you going to bring in Bruce Brown, who wasn't ready to come back?
I just wanted to get the. I
Cam
wanted.
wasn't going to do anything. He was.
I just wanted a possession without a turnover. I just wanted
I agree,
a
but-
clean possession. I just
I
want.
know, but KD
And if
only
KD has to
had
do that by
3 less
himself,
than
it would
him.
have helped the team more than what Harden was doing.
I'm
But I
just saying,
won't-
I agree with you, but
turnover.
KD had
Yeah.
5
We're
turnovers,
used to-
Harden had 7, and it was a team turnover thing.
Oh, yeah, it
LaMarcus
was.
had 1, Patty had 2, James Johnson had 1, Cam Thomas had 1, Bruce Brown had 2. Javon Carter was in for 3 minutes, did nothing but turn the ball over. Like, I'm just saying, like, none of these dudes would have done anything, even if you sat Harden. Like, it would have still been ugly.
I would not have. No,
Because LaMarcus
Like,
Aldridge
everybody
outscored Harden,
had
Ben Brees outscored Harden, and how much did Patty Mills
Yeah.
have?
bro, it don't
Patty
matter.
Mills had
In the
9.
fourth quarter,
Why you
Harden
going
had
through
4
everybody?
points.
Yeah.
Why you going?
Don't make me
through
know,
all
because y'all trying to make me feel like I'm crazy about
No,
trying to
but
say
who would
Harden.
you
He had
who would
4
you have
points in
brought
the
in?
fourth. By the fourth quarter, he had 4 points.
Bro, I don't care if he got
Disagree
0
with you. I
points.
don't disagree with you,
It
but
don't
who
matter.
would you have brought
You said
in?
you don't care? I'm
Bro,
just
I
saying,
said I don't
he
care
had
if he
4
got 0
points, and he
points.
was hurting us. He was hurting us. I'm just saying he was hurting us. That's all I'm
Of course,
saying.
but my
I'm not
question
saying
to
like
you is-
I'm like I said, we still need Harden. Of course, we need him. But this game, there was a point where I'm like, bro, we might have to sit him.
But
Yeah,
who would
I
you
get what
have
you're
brought
saying.
in?
Yeah.
Who would you have brought in for him, though?
I would just left Katie with KD, LaMarcus, Patty. Well, it depends. In the third quarter, you're talking about the third quarter.
Yeah, like when you wanted to sit him,
I
who
would just let
you
KD
have
run the
wanted to
point.
see?
Let KD run the point for a little
I
bit,
know, but-
and let Harden like relax. I'm gonna bring him back in, but make us get a run with
Oh, I thought
KD
you
and
were
then bring
saying-
Harden back in.
I thought you were saying you just wanted to bench James.
Oh no,
for a few
not
games.
bench him for the whole game. I'm just
Yeah,
saying like
that's what I
sit
thought you
him
were
for a
saying.
few minutes.
Oh, I
That's
mean,
what I'm
like,
saying.
yeah, that
Not sit him
that
the whole
happens
game. No.
if
I
he's
didn't
going
say
All right,
off.
because I'm saying
It
like
doesn't
who are you
matter.
going to bring in? Bruce
Oh
Brown,
no, I
Javon
wasn't saying sit him the whole
Carter,
game.
Cam
I'm just saying
Thomas,
like we should make a run with just KD and then who's going. Bembry was playing well. He had 18. Marcus was okay, but just KD by himself and put shooters around KD and just let him make a run and then maybe just try Harden again. Like I'm talking about that. I'm not saying sit. I wasn't saying sit him for the whole game. No.
Shout out my boy JD in the chat. He said he's the biggest Nets fan and he never gets any love. I just want to say we love him.
Shout out JD, bro.
Shout
Shout out Lenny. Lenny said right now the Suns are just a better team. They have no chemistry problems. Yeah, they're the better team right
that's
now.
fair.
They are.
Let's look at Shamit's score. He was 3 for 7, 2 for 5,
Big
8 points.
big shame.
Bro, I just shouted out this dude JD, and then I scrolled down the chat even more. And I see this dude say, "I need to fart on all the mods." Like,
What? Don't disrespect my mods like that, bro.
Get your
Don't
fan
my
base,
mods.
bro.
Yeah,
Don't
I know
disrespect
for
my
a
mods,
fact, Yvonne, Cakespoo, Isaac, they don't like getting farted on, bro. They don't like it.
you know that for a fact?
Yo, bring No Limit up
that's
here. No
bad.
Limit, pull up No Limit. Pull up No
He
Limit.
said
No
that's
Limit's got a lot to say
nasty
too.
Why
No Limit,
you
Kyle, bring up, bro.
that's nasty work?
Bring No Limit, bro.
Yeah, that boy is tripping.
Age, shout out Age. Harden obviously not interested. Yeah, I seen a lot of people tweeting me and DM me tonight. Like he looked interested tonight, and I don't know, man. It's just like I said, it was just not good, bro. Like it was. I have no words for how he played tonight. Really, no words, bro.
You don't have no worries.
Just
No
remember,
worries, bro.
Kyrie stands are going to go at Harden like he's the worst thing in the world, and Harden stands will go at Kyrie for sitting at home. I'm telling you.
That's gonna be the battle. The battle of the
That's
who's
the battle because I could break like Age loves Harden and is
Yeah.
mad Kyrie sitting at home. No Limit loves Kyrie, thinks he's a god. Always bags on Harden. It's like the perfect example. Like, yeah, and then mods blocking, Harden bashing. See, like, dude, it's.
Oh, no, don't block it. Don't block them for. Well, it depends what you say about Harden. Like, you can't go too far about Harden.
you're
We're not
saying, like,
we're just
he
talking
needs
about
to-
basketball. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're not talking about Harden's
yeah.
character, how he
Earlier
is
in
as
the
a man. We're just talking
yeah,
basketball.
Earlier in the season, the
Facts.
Harden fans was
Yeah,
saying
see,
we didn't.
Yvonne
Facts, bro.
agrees
This is
with
strictly-
That's all I'm gonna
strictly
say. That's
basketball.
all I'm
Yeah,
gonna
we're
say.
talking back. We're not talking about Harden.
Basketball,
We're not talking about trade Harden or
Yeah.
get him off. We're not saying
They
any
was
of
saying
that.
we
We're
didn't
just talking
need
about
Kyrie. They
tonight.
was saying that.
Like,
They
don't
was
take
saying
it
that
too
earlier in
far,
the
bro.
season. I ain't gonna lie.
This is basketball. It's not that serious.
Yeah, it's strictly
It's
basketball. Fact. It's just basketball.
Oh yeah,
Go ahead,
what's
No
up,
Limit.
y'all? What's up, chat? What's up,
What's
guys?
Kai?
Y'all good?
Yeah,
My boy.
no limit.
Yeah.
What's up, brother?
How y'all doing, man?
Hey, man.
Hi, bro. Hold on. Let me drink my juice real quick, bro.
Yeah, drink it, bro.
Oh,
Punch
bro.
yourself, bro.
What are
Punch
you,
yourself.
14?
Yo, I'm
What are you,
crying. He said,
14,
"Let me
bro?
drink my
your
juice
juice
right now."
Hey, Kai, tag team.
I
Oh
bet.
my
Like,
god,
Yo,
bro.
Kyle about to go crazy.
yo,
He said, "Let me drink my
Tag
juice."
team.
You about to go
bro.
crazy.
Duo.
I understand, like, Kyrie's not here.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I get that, bro. Like we're gonna need that extra
The
scoring
frustration.
punch. But think about this though. James Harden is a MVP. MVP, and he's a 3-time scoring champion. He averaged 30, 36, and then 34 points. So you're telling me now in 2021, it's been over 25 games that he's played. So I don't want to hear like, yo, he has to get in shape.
Have we played 25 games yet,
Yeah,
though?
not 20.
Plus
Nah,
plus
so I'm
preseason.
How many
Plus
played
Close
preseason.
enough.
25
Close
games?
enough.
Plus
I'm counting-
preseason.
Yeah, plus the preseason.
Plus
that he
preseason.
played.
I thought. Well, wait a minute. No, because everybody was saying preseason doesn't matter. So how are you counting?
How many games has it been? 20?
Nah,
How many games?
It doesn't, but it's still a
for him
game.
to get in game shape.
But I don't think he played in but 1 or 2 of those preseason games.
I thought he played all of them.
I mean,
It is 20 games in, though. We are 20 games in, I think.
this conversation
20
doesn't
games
really
in.
matter.
Yeah, we are 20 games in. We are 20 games
All
in.
right.
So
So
he's right.
20 games
Yeah.
he's played. So I don't want to hear he got to get in shape. You got to get in shape. Like, bro, you are a league MVP. You got to step up, bro. You're averaging 20 points a game. That's not good numbers for you. That's way below average. Like, come on, bro. He has to step up. Like Chris Paul outscored him. DeAndre how did you let Bembry outscore you, bro? Bembry, he don't even have a shot, bro. He outscored you. Like, you're a league MVP and you're struggling to get 20 points, bro.
Yeah.
Like how does that sound?
man do
James
gotta
Harden
step up,
struggling
man.
to get 20 points, bro. Like that's how you know he played bad. The Barclays, his home crowd booed him. That's how you know he played bad. It's just no excuse for this game. Like I just don't know how somebody who was a 3-time scoring champ, you averaged 36 in the season, and now you're struggling to get 20 points. You should be able to get 20 in your sleep, bro.
Yeah.
All right, but let me not only pick on Harden though. It's not only him for why we lost.
Kai, stay on that for a second. To be fair though, do you think getting a triple double is ass?
Triple double.
I'm just saying. I'm asking. Like, I mean,
it's meaningless though. It's meaningless.
He's not where. But how do we? Well, wait a minute. Seriously, no. Let's think about it. I'm not just making. This is a playing devil's advocate. Okay, if the way our team is playing and then is inconsistent it has been at times with certain things. Imagine if we didn't have James Harden's 14 assists and 13 rebounds in that game as well. I know he's not scoring. I think the better conversation is to say just more like to pinpoint it on his scoring.
I mean, listen.
I don't know how 14 assists and 13 rebounds don't impact the game. I thought that's like
it's because stupidity. It's because he also had the turnovers too. The turnovers.
Yeah. Crazy. Well, he had 7. Yeah. KD had 5. So
yeah, KD had 5. Like we was all of us, everybody was turning over the ball, everybody, and also the mismatches. Like Chris Paul and Devin Booker, they're the mismatch hunters. Like they're the head hunters for mismatching. So they took advantage of LaMarcus Aldridge, Paul Millsap. Like you seen.
I think the NBA all around has been doing that to us.
Even
going back to last year, the whole NBA
mismatches.
Yeah,
it's not just
us. They've been doing. Yeah, it's not just us, but they've been doing. The whole NBA has been doing that to us since last year.
But you see, that's the thing about Claxton, man. Like, if we had Claxton tonight, bro,
we could have used in this game. I'm not gonna lie. We needed this game. Not gonna lie. We did.
Even lie about that
because LaMarcus was getting abused on the switches. So I think subbing in Claxton would have been perfect. And like I said, JaVale came off the bench. Was killing us off the bench, bro.
He said, I never played basketball, but I'm pretty sure I can have Harden stats. That's crazy.
Who said that? Who said that?
That's
chill,
crazy.
Bro. Chill, bro. You wildin'. Nah. It is hard to get. It's hard to get. Well, yeah. 14. What do you have? 14 assists.
Yeah.
It's hard to have his stat line in the NBA.
14 assists is hard. It's hard to get.
But it's still funny.
The points
I can have those stats. No.
The fourth quarter points when he had 4 points, and then like they said, the last minutes he just just letting him go because like the Suns didn't want to foul. The 4 points, I understand that, but the assists and rebounds, no, bro.
Yeah, that's not easy to get, bro.
Yo, I got a question. I've been wanting to ask y'all this. I've been thinking about this. So, what if we do trade Kyrie, right? For like role players, we get a good amount of role players, right? But what if James Harden is still playing like how he is right now?
We would get clapped still. We would still lose.
Yes, like I said,
I think we would still lose, bro.
I think it depends on how good because we had this conversation yesterday too, a few of us, and my point of this, because I asked the same question you did. I said, hey, like say it does get to that point, and you obviously are not going to get another player of the same value, same superstar. It's just not going to happen. So instead of trying to make that happen, would you opt for like an above average power forward or a center and like a couple picks? Would that balance our team out, make us better if we really solidified our 4 and 5 if we could? I think we would play better. Obviously, it'd be better to have Kyrie on this team, which I wish he was, but clearly it's not going to happen for quite a long time if it even does. Yeah, and it may not happen. So I think it's a very important question that if it does get to that, what do you realistically go get? And I say you go look for an above average power forward and above average. You're not going to get superstars, but somebody that can. I think AJ, you said who? Collins, right? You had brought up somebody.
John Collins.
You brought if you got a caliber.
I mean, I don't think he wants to lead the Hawks.
Yeah, he's not going to leave.
No, but
the Hawks would do that.
It wasn't a matter of like getting him.
John Collins is. I love how he put. We need a John Collins, bro. Like I said, he can score, he can shoot 2 threes, and he's a beast on the boards, bro. He's a beast on the boards. Like he's an automatic 15, 10. No, he's automatic 10 boards, I think.
But that's the question. If you had the option to get somebody like him, obviously we're not going to get John Collins, but if you had the option to get somebody like him or even somebody else that was close to him as another, so you're improving above role player like type guys and add them to this team, how could we not? You know what I mean? Like
I said, if Harden's still playing, if Harden plays like this, it's still won't. John Collins can't. John Collins is not the 25. Like no one can score really like Kyrie, except for maybe like Dame.
Yeah,
well then I guess
nobody's scoring more than Kyrie. Like nobody really can score like Kyrie except for Dame.
Like no limit. Do you actually think Harden's going to play like this the whole year,
bro? I don't know.
Because I'll use that. It's only 20 games. I'll use that comment. Like it's only 20 games, so why are you freaking out on Harden? So I'm just throwing it back at people that say that. Like, do we really think Harden's going to be this bad all year? And it's only 20 games in.
I'll say this: I don't know if he's going to be this bad, but as the time goes on, like my expectations just drop like just a little bit each time. Like I think my peak that I thought he was going to have this season, when I found out Kyrie wasn't going to be, I was like, oh, Harden probably like average like 27, 10, and 10, 28, 10, and 10.
I had Harden averaging 25 and 8.
Yeah, I had him somewhere, but as the season goes on, it's like little by little, that peak that I'm thinking about kind of drops like ever so slightly.
No one can ask me this question because I told y'all I was worried about Harden since preseason. Y'all know what I said. You're wild, AJ. What are you doing?
No, AJ. The whole
I said it literally preseason. I was worried about Harden.
Honestly, AJ, we had like a whole segment about it, and the chat attacked us. They cyberbullied us.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I've been said I was worried about Harden, bro. I've been said I was worried
that it was going to be a problem, and y'all cyberbullied us. That's what y'all did.
Yeah, I got cyberbullied
over here talking.
I said I was worried, man.
I think James pulled a little bit of a rope-a-dope because our last 2 games, he scored 20 in the Boston game. He scored 14 in the Cleveland game. But I think he had 2 games prior to that where he got up and we all kind of like, whoa, maybe he's pulling it back because the turnovers went. Trying to find the games where I think it was
when he had 36.
He had a 6-game streak where she was playing great.
Yeah,
he had a 6-game streak. He was playing great.
Like in the Magic game, he had 36, 10 rebounds, 8. Yeah, like, and I think people kind of, but I remember when during the time that little stretch where we played Magic and a couple of games
it was
prior
bad
to that,
teams. Yeah,
I know, but everybody was like they weren't bagging on him. Now all of a sudden, a few games later, it's back to he's horrible, he's washed, he's trash, he's
He didn't
whatever.
score a lot
Yo,
last game, but I thought he had a good
this game
last game.
it was just glaring like that he had a bad game.
bro. I told you I was
think the
shocked, bro. I was looking at the
turnovers were
TV
the
like,
most
what?
glaring,
This
yeah.
can't be James Harden I'm looking at. I was like, in
Was it
like,
the
AJ,
scoring
how
or
you
the
was looking at,
turnovers?
hey,
Yo.
AJ, how you looking at TV?
I thought Harden was gonna come out like last or like at least give us
Right.
22.
Nah,
you
AJ, how
know?
you was looking at TV, bro?
Chris Paul,
Bro,
his
I
old
said-
teamate, you know.
Well,
I
was
was
it
back
the,
at it was like,
was it
I was like,
the-
what's going on?
was it the scoring or the laziness and turnovers that?
Bro, it was
got
just
you?
like
Both,
he couldn't bring up the ball. Like that's how bad it was. Like they would give him the ball, he would pass the half court line, make a crossover, and then it would just like be a steal. It would go off his foot or it would go off the player's foot. Like it was just like weird, like you know what I'm saying? It was just like rhythm thing. Like it was like, bro, it's like I don't know, man. I can't even explain it.
Like, bro, when I was watching the game, right, it was the fourth quarter, and it said that they compared the matchups between James Harden and Chris Paul. Chris Paul had 21 points and like 8 assists on like 14 shots, and then James Harden he had at a point in the game he had 4 points on 2 for 11 shooting, and he had 10 assists and 10 rebounds. So it's the shooting splits. Like he just has to get into a rhythm with his shot, and he has to be more aggressive. It's like it's like he's scared to score at times. Like he will get into mid range, and he will just stop at the mid range,
wide open, bro.
Yeah, it was just like simple things like that. It was like shocking,
and that aggravates me because it's like, bro, like, I feel like it's a no-brainer. It's like, okay,
somebody
like,
said
why,
Harden was drunk. That's what he said.
like why wouldn't you go into practice like knowing that you're struggling like this and at least practice like being in this big like hitting an open mid-range shot? Like that kind of rubs me the wrong way a little bit, bro. It's like, bro, why are you still not shooting that thing? You know, you're having trouble. You know, you're kind of hesitant to finish at the rim, and it's like, okay, well, if you're open, like at the top of the, you know, it's like, why are you not? It's like,
shout out,
I think he has shot that mid-range shot more than
he did, but he's not shooting it like he's consistently like open from there. Every time I'm watching the game, it's like he's consistently like
he has to get back to that floater, bro. Like I've been saying, the floater.
But
you saw Cam Thomas do the floater tonight. You saw Cam Thomas floater tonight.
Even then, he can't do the floater from like I mean, he can, but if he's too far out, it's like just pull it, bro. Pull the mid range. But yeah, he has to get his floater back too. On top of that,
this is a good. I want to read this by Cam Spake's code on y'all. I want to read this by Case, but she said, "Did booze have something to do with your psyche from your home team? Do y'all think Harden was affected by getting booed by the Clays tonight? Do y'all think that kind of affected his mind?
Like,
maybe his mind was
probably.
But he was already playing like shit by that time, though.
Yeah.
So maybe afterwards, I'm sure it didn't help. I mean, if you go look at the interviews that he's given already, he looked like all the knives and stuff were taken from his house. So,
bro, you know what's crazy?
like somebody's already at his crib taking all sharp objects away and everything.
Yo, see,
that's how, dude. Go YouTube.
He said he looked like all the knives, all the silverware on his crib.
Everything, anything sharp.
He just got robbed. His house just got robbed.
If you rubber bands, anything that you could shoot it, anything, they took it out, dude. He did not look happy at all.
Somebody said it was a third quarter. I think it was a third. It was a third quarter. I don't think it was the fourth because the fourth we made the run.
I thought it was the fourth.
No, we made the run in the fourth. It was the third.
Like I thought it was like
punched in the third, and then we made a run in the fourth.
Bro, you know what's crazy? When he was under Kevin McHale in his early Houston years, Harden
I was just saying that when you talking about when they benched
and shooting the mid-range shots more. It's like once Mike D'Antoni came, it's like he tweaked his game. Mike D'Antoni.
Mike D'Antoni, yeah, he was saying that like threes are more than twos. That bullshit.
Yes, because the analytics. They said that 3-point shots or shots at the rim is the analytics is how you're supposed to.
And like the fans today, they really eat that shit up. It's like, bro, if you want to be a good shooter, you want to be the best scorer you can be, you get both. You get a mid-range shot, you get a 3-point shot, and that's period. Like that's just what it is. Like, you know, that shit is stupid, bro.
But what about No Limit, do you think Harden? Because I keep seeing trade Harden's washed.
Trade Harden. Nah.
Whoa,
No.
Yeah, they're wild,
Do you think he's not going to improve? And do you think he's on a decline, or are we just kind of like?
Bro, yeah, this
Yeah, like
is
I was gonna ask that question to the chat and to y'all, like, where do we go from here with Harden? I mean, well, not with Harden, but like, where does Harden go from here? Like, just wash this game away and just keep going. You know, let's beat the bad teams, play good against the bad teams.
Keep
Or
going,
just,
bro.
like,
But keep going.
just
The
gotta
ass stuff. Why are you not
I
adding
will.
stuff, bro?
Well, okay. Yvonne brought up a good point here. Now, I'm not saying it's necessarily that he's missing D'Antoni and Nash is not running plays for him, but we do have to admit one of the biggest parts of James Harden's game is having somebody he can toss a lob dunk to, and we have not had that for a very long time. And when I don't know, like when Clax came on in the beginning of the season, you could tell that Harden and Clax were not on the same page. They both weren't like in shape, so it got affected. But once Clax left, there was really nobody else to get dunks to, and that's like that is another part of the play that opens up Harden's game on the inside.
That's
and
his trademark.
getting those floaters and getting mid ranges is when you realize you have a lob threat, and he's been hitting that guy like 3 or 4 times a game. It's going to make the interior defenders do something else. Because Harden to Capella, like your boy said, was deadly. Like he's always had a viable lob threat. And that's another thing that is also changing his game right now is that he doesn't have that interior kind of like, what am I going to do? Am I going to lay it up or am I going to toss it off to Clax to dunk? And we haven't seen that. LMA is not a lob threat.
He's not a lob threat, y'all.
Somebody just
said LMA is a lob threat. What?
Jory Calloway.
I mean, he probably
He's not
could,
a-
but like, he's
I
not
don't
a
want you. Don't throw no lobs at LMA, bro. I don't want him getting hurt. I don't want him getting hurt. That's how you get somebody hurt.
You see when
he's perfect for the pick and pop.
LMA shoots his mid range, dude. He gets off like 3 inches off the ground.
Yeah, keep
Like,
in the
bro,
pick and
like,
pop. Stay in the pick and pop. Do not throw no lobs.
I think it is like it is sad that he doesn't have one, but it's like, you know, it does, like, I see what you're saying, but like he still gotta like it's like he's not even attempting the float though. He's not even attempting the float.
Well, that
But
doesn't excuse
that is true though. He don't have that lob threat. That's he probably feels kind of naked without that.
I guess the big thing on Harden is I'm willing to accept the floater, the missing of the floater. I'm willing to accept that he can't burn everybody off on the first step anymore. I'm willing to accept that. I'm willing to accept a little bit that he's sacrificing his scoring for some passing. But the one thing I'm not willing to accept is that he's visibly been lazy as shit on all his like bounce passes, just the handling of the ball. These like, how many passes did you see tonight where guys were catching the ball like way over their head?
Yeah,
bro, it was bad. Like it was like lazy. Like it just looked disinterested, lazy. It looked.
That's
bad,
the part
bro.
I can't.
Yeah,
that bugs me about Harden is that nobody's getting the passing in their shooting rhythm. Nobody's getting, they're getting lazy passes, and it's making the defenders look even better than they are because you're throwing this slow ass lazy pass, and then an average defender is going to grab it. Like,
yeah. Let me read some comments. Shout out you. Thank you guys for being in here. Make sure you guys hit that like button. M. Zobi Kane said no excuse for Harden. JT 917 play sharp and Cam Moore. Al Mac, why didn't they sign Isaiah Hartenstein? He was available for minimum salary. Like I said, we have our centers. We have our centers already. That's the thing. We have 3 centers on our roster. So Isaiah Hartenstein, others, like, you know what I'm saying? We don't have enough space. Our roster is full. Crazy Little Big Things. He's a slow right now. Somebody said send Harden to the G League. Yo, you're going crazy. Y'all too much. Maya B said Harden is a superstar, MVP, no excuses. And I'll read one more. Hold on, I'm trying to see. These comments going fast. Universal said last year he was energized. I think this is the real Harden we're seeing. I don't know about that, man. But why was he energized last year? Oh, maybe because it's like the shock of being on the team. That's why he was like he felt more energized. Do y'all think that it was like that?
I don't know. I mean, I know he wants to. I see the comments that are saying that. I've seen comments that say like, does he care about basketball? I think he's
No,
still
of course he cares. Of course he cares.
Yeah, it's like those questions
I'm
are
not
always like I can see why you, but that man loved basketball. But I don't know why. I just think he's not in full shape for whatever reason, and I think him not having those tools that he had when pre the rule change, it's all of that is affecting him. You know.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't get this messed up. We still love Harden. We still want Harden to do, be great. Like I said, as Nets fans, we just got to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? This is just people venting. I know people are mad at Harden. Like I said, Harden's #1 trending in the world right now because of how he played. But we still want the best for Harden, and he can still look at 20 games in. He can still play great from now on. But it's like I said, I've been worried since preseason about just the way
Since
Harden.
The rule change was announced.
The rule change is what first was a shocking to me. I was like, this is literally a Harden rule. Literally the league made a Harden rule.
I said that to our group chat, AJ, on Discord. Like it was like months ago. It was like right after playoffs ended. No, yeah. I sent it to the group chat.
And then when I seen how the way he was playing in the preseason early on, I was like, something is wrong with his rhythm. Something is wrong with his first step. His first step is different. He can't really
looks slow. I don't even.
That's why I was worried.
Yeah, I don't even think it's so much. I don't even think the rule change even really bothers him anymore. I just think it's like he is visibly slow. Like he is visibly slow out there, and it's affecting his passing, his first step. Like guys can stick with him when he tries to shake them, and he does his little cross up. Like he's not fooling anybody with that anymore.
And then when he says the rehab thing, it's like I said, we're 20 games in now, so it's like sooner or later it can't be like I'm rehabbing the whole what are we gonna be 50 games in and I'm still rehabbing.
Be at the playoffs, so I'm still rehabbing.
Just sooner or later you gotta say what's really going on. Like it's gotta be something.
Slow rehab process. It only took 82 games.
82 games in.
I'm almost ready. I'm almost there.
Especially if he plays every game, I'll be like, wait, you can't be Nah, bro. It's just
but the reason I still think like the foul baiting is because he still sometimes like tries to foul bait. But I would say if I had to like put it more on one side, I would put it on like the slowness and the laziness. But
yeah, because you see KD out there just as much as Harden screaming for "Where's my foul?" Like even KD's not getting a lot of fouls. I mean, he slow. I think
that's been a thing all of KD's.
He has been.
He doesn't need foul shots though. That's the thing with KD though.
But I'm just saying he's not the only one out there screaming for foul calls.
Refs just aren't going to give.
I think overall the refs
dribble the call.
The refs overall have just been shitty this year in general, like across the board.
I just gotta say to Harden, bro. Please don't play like this against the Knicks, please.
Oh yeah,
please, Harden. I don't care. Crying if he plays like this against the Knicks, bro. I don't. Just anybody else play bad against anybody else, but just not the Knicks.
I don't care that we've lost to the Bucks, to the Bulls, to the Warriors, to these guys.
Please don't play like this against the Knicks. We can't lose
against the Knicks, dude.
We swept
them. We swept the Knicks last year, bro. We gotta come on, bro.
I don't care.
Anybody but
oh my God! Think about what they're gonna say. They're gonna say. The talk shows. Does the New York Knicks run New York? Did they take New York?
I don't care.
If he plays like this against the Knicks, I would probably shed a tear, bro. I'm not gonna stream it.
I don't care if we lose 5 in a row. We had a super chat. Yeah, I don't care if we lose 5 in a row after the New York game. Just win the New York game. Like that's all I care about.
I don't care if we win by 1 point.
Think about this. I think the one thing that is hurting us is we're having 2 days off between games.
Yeah.
We've had 2 days off. Now we're about to have another 2 days off and be like kind of slow and having to get our rhythm back.
I mean, is that really a bad thing though?
I think sometimes it is, dude. When you're trying,
I don't think it is when Durant played 44 minutes.
Well, but that's Durant though. Durant doesn't take long to warm up. I'm talking about other players on the team.
And it's not just
like Durant's a freaking
40.
Yeah, but Durant's an alien though, dude.
38.
But that dude's.
Oh yeah, I'm never worried about KD.
No, KD doesn't matter. But other players, yes, other players need consistency. Otherwise, if they get no play,
bro, if you play like this against the Knicks, bro.
Well, here's something I'll say about Harden's game.
Please, Harden.
In terms of like,
shout out to Jay
why it was so bad.
Chat.
I mean, Harden's at his most effective when his team is either running like 5. Well, you got 5 out, and then you got 4 out, 1 in with the center and the dunker spot, like we normally see with Claxton.
Yeah.
And tonight, obviously, we have nobody like to be in that dunker spot, right? So we have to run 5 out around Harden for him to be at his most effective, right?
Yeah.
We had 2 guys on our team tonight hit a 3-point shot. Like you can't effectively run a 5-out system when Kevin Durant and Patty Mills are the only people on the team who can hit a 3-pointer.
Yeah.
Like that's just like,
and they were doubling off Bembry, bro. But the thing that Bembry adjusted. He was making smart cuts.
And the fact that Harden finished the game with 14 assists, and we only had 2 people on the team that could make a 3.
Yeah. Hey, let me ask you.
Our spacing isn't trash though.
But let me ask you this question though. No. But let me ask you this question because I've been seeing it on a whole bunch of different people across the board have been saying that our spacing has been worse without Joe Harris. Do you guys agree? Do you think No, I'm just curious because some people they hate Joe Harris so much.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
No, I've been seeing that brought up a lot, so I'm interested. Do you guys think that if he comes back, our spacing improves more?
I think it improves, but it's not extremely drastic.
Yeah, it hasn't been bad to me. Well, when he first switched the lineup with before, remember when Nash was going with Blake a lot?
Yeah.
That's when I was like, whoa, this spacing is bad. But then when he put LaMarcus back in, then the spacing got a lot better.
Yeah.
But now with Joe Harris, if you put Joe Harris, the problem is Bembry's been playing so well defensively. He's a defensive beast. So you put Joe Harris in, our spacing. Oh wait, actually, we can just switch him for Patty Mills.
We'll probably switch him
for Patty Mills. Yeah. Okay, so we're good. We're good. Then the spacing will be good.
But in terms of like the bench, like when Patty subs out, and then you have are running with either like Bruce Brown out there, or like you'll run like Bembry and Brown, like something like that, and then you have to deal with like sometimes James Johnson will be out there at the same time too, and then
those 3 out there, that's when our spacing is. Yeah, the second unit does give me
it's a big issue.
Yeah, second unit is problems.
So I honestly think with Bruce you're not going to see Bruce start for a few games if they even decide to go to that. And
bro, did you see him tonight? They gave him like 3 minutes, and then it was like Nash was like, "You're done."
Yeah, and then I think
2 minutes, he's like, "You're done."
Even when Joe comes back, it could be a week or something. Who knows? Yeah. I don't think you're going to see Joe start right away either, though. I think it's going to be a few games.
Wait, I don't get this question. He said our spacing is bad with him and without him.
I think he's saying our spacing is. It's worse without him, but it's still bad.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. He's saying it's
with
bad,
him, though?
but our spacing is not.
He said with him it's bad, and without him it's worse.
No, he's saying it's bad.
In general,
he's basically just saying it's not. He's saying it's bad in general, but it's not as bad like with him.
Oh, okay.
With Joe Harris, I don't think our spacing is bad. Like, I mean, off the bench, it's like our second string. It's like, but like, our spacing isn't terrible.
And some people did ask, like, when's Joe coming back? They haven't said anything yet. I'm hoping we'll hear.
I think probably next week.
Ready for the Knicks or the game after the Knicks.
Oh no! Do you think the Knicks? No, I don't think.
I'm just saying. I hope. I hope. I don't want him out. I mean, I don't want Claxton him out any longer than they need to be.
The last time Joe, they spoke to Joe, he said he hasn't even like gotten to like the 5-on-5 or practice or ran. He hasn't even like run full court yet.
Because I don't even realistically, when are we even getting Clax back too?
Yeah. I'm looking at the schedule, but so our schedule is we play the Knicks next, and then it's Wolves, Bulls, Mavericks is a good team, Rockets is bad team, Hawks is a decent team, and then Pistons bad team, Raptors, Sixers, Magic, Nuggets, Wizards, Blazers.
I hope.
All right, so it's like a mixture of bad teams and decent teams we play next.
I hope we give it back to the Bulls. I hope so.
Yeah, hopefully we can beat the Bulls this time. All right, man.
Here, crazy little big thing said reasons the Nets lost. James Harden playing one of his worst games ever. Phoenix having 10 extra field goal attempts, 20 turnovers, 7 for 23 for 3. Aldridge being hunted relentlessly on switches.
Thank you, crazy little big thing. Thank you for that's a summary. Great summary right there.
Yeah,
perfect summary of why we lost. Perfect summary.
Still only lost by 6. Still lost.
Yeah, still only lost by 6. With all that,
we only lost by 6. That shit, like we have promise, like we can. Still.
I guess the thing that irritates me though is like you see us go down by 20. What, twice? Were we down 20 like twice in the game or
Yeah,
something?
that
We had the ability to come back. And my thought is like, well, where the fuck was that urgency from the beginning?
exactly.
That's what I'm saying. We play like that. The way we played in that second quarter, like the end.
Yeah,
we should have played like that from the beginning, man. Like the
Why y'all ain't
was,
set the tone? You know, like what's happening?
Make sure you guys hit that like button. Get us to 100 tonight. I guess
This motherfucker said we lost because we didn't win. You an asshole.
we lost because we didn't.
We're gonna do a quick last questions. So put @Saint if you guys have any questions. @Saint in the comments. We're only reading no comments that say @Saint. Only the questions is no.
I know I pissed
other
a
questions.
couple
You got to
people
put
off,
@Saint. So
sure
put the questions in the chat right now, and then we'll end this. We'll end this stream up. But yeah, man, tough night, man. Tough. But Harden, please don't play against like the Knicks, please. Harden, please, please, Harden. I can't lose to the Knicks. I can't.
I just don't. I mean, but have you noticed so far that we haven't really had any wins this year where we've all been like super excited and been like, "Fuck yeah, the Nets kick out!" Like I noticed that we get on the stream and we're like, "Yeah, we beat the Houston Rockets and Detroit Pistons."
Yeah.
What about last stream? Last stream was lit. Or is it against the Celtics?
Yeah, I guess that was. Yeah, that was probably.
That's the only one though. That's the only one.
Would you consider the Celtics a good team though?
They have good pieces. They're not. They don't have it all together though. But
they're definitely better than they played because nobody on their team was hitting shots. They were just having an off shooting.
Yeah, our defense was on point though.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like they are better than they.
Yeah, they're better than what they. Yeah, they are. Yeah.
They are.
But they're like I think they're a play-in now, aren't they?
I
look at the standings.
Is that Stain playing the plans?
I gotta look at the East standings. Well, let's answer these questions. Hold on.
All right.
So this is a good question. Somebody said, how long do we wait until we officially hit the panic button?
40 games in.
Yeah, 40, I would say around 50.
No,
50
wait. What is there? 82?
82.
I say around 40 to 45. If we're still talking about the same shit and still having the same type of games against the top teams, then I'm concerned.
It's okay to worry and panic.
Oh my God, Boston's number 10 in the East.
I wouldn't say panic, but I'd say I'm very concerned. If
Boston is 10 in the East, by the way.
It's okay to be frustrated and worried like right now, but just panic wise, like I'm not worried yet, but panic wise, that's later on.
I think it's hard to like put a number like on.
Yeah, it is. It's subjective. Like it depends.
I'm going half the games of the season. That's the way I look at it. Like if you've played half the season and you still haven't figured it out, there is a reason for concern. Yeah. I don't care. You're a professional basketball team, professional coaching staff, and professional players. If you've gone half the season and still haven't figured it out, there are issues that need to be addressed.
This question is a hell no. What do you think about trading for Derek Favors? Hell no. Next question.
Actually,
this is a good question right here. Stephen O.
Lab, you better not.
No, you skipped.
Hold up. Lab, don't do this.
I don't know.
Lab.
Listen.
Alex Lynn is different, Lab. Alex Lynn is different, but not Derek Favors.
Lab was a cheerleader for Marvin Bagley III last night, so
I'm still one. I will always be one.
But Marvin Bagley's not no Derek Favors.
Yeah, but Derek Favors' contract does fit into the TPE.
So, why you being this way?
I mean,
no. I don't want no Derek Favors, man.
Next question.
We need scoring right now. We need scoring.
Anthony Paris, why Nash doesn't run zone defense? I've often wondered this sometimes. Why don't we ever try zone defense?
Fucking spit.
Yeah.
I mean, why? Our defense is considerably better than last year.
Why don't we do it? Why
I thought we did last year, didn't we?
And does anybody have a name yet for offensive scheme that we run? Is there a name? Do we have a name yet?
Our offense is just give it to KD and just stand there.
Fuck it.
That's what our offense is.
Call it fuck it offense.
ISO game.
Which consists of just give the ball to KD and let him romp. Yeah.
So where was the one you said?
I kind of feel like Nash really just doesn't have a scheme. Like he just. Instead of him stepping in and being like, this is my scheme, this is what you guys are going to run, I feel like he's kind of like, okay, I've never coached before, and these are some of the greatest players on the planet. I'm going to let them go out there and do their thing, and I'm not going to get in the way.
Yeah,
Like,
basically that's what it is.
That's what I think his philosophy is.
It's basically what it is,
Chubbs
bro.
has been awful quiet. Have you noticed he's been in here and hasn't said a word?
Chubbs, you got your
he was pissed about tonight. He's pissed.
You
about
got your
tonight.
robe on, Chubbs. Chubbs, you got your robe on. You cooling?
All I'm gonna say is the last word's gonna be crazy.
He's saving up for the whole game.
That's
He
crazy.
ain't said nothing all game. The last word.
I know the last word's gonna be different.
Yeah,
Chubb's last word's gonna be different.
That's
bro.
crazy.
All right, next question, Stephen O.
No, Chubbs is pissed tonight. I feel him.
Yeah,
though.
Chubbs is
I didn't want to
pissed.
be up here either. I'm surprised he was up here for this long.
He said it. He goes, I'm gonna get on, and I may just get off, or I'm just not gonna say anything. But question is KD at the 5 our secret weapon in the playoffs?
This is a great question.
I don't know if it's a secret.
Nah, I don't know.
Depends on who. It depends on.
It depends on who we play.
5.
Yeah, who we play.
Yeah.
Because KD at the 5, it hurts. It'll work sometimes because again, like I said, he can spread the floor. He can go small.
Like against
but he doesn't do well against big 5s. Like I said, I remember when they tried to do that in the USA Olympics, and Rudy Gobert was like eating KD in the. Rudy Gobert was like,
KD at the. I like KD at the
dunking
4.
on him. Like
KD at the 4 and shit.
So it can hurt us too at times.
Like if we
KD
play
at the
team-
4 is broken on 2K. Swear to God, I be clapping Kareem all type of shit. I be doing spin jumpers. And
if we
fades
play
on
a
Kareem
team
2K.
in the playoffs, like the Suns or something like that, and like they're playing like they were tonight, where they're just mismatch hunting the entire game, I say why not just like for the majority of the game run like you could run Claxton and KD, and then you just completely take out the mismatches. Like Kevin Durant is able to switch on to Chris Paul or Devin Booker.
Yeah.
Hopefully Claxton will be able to do the same.
Yeah.
You just completely take that away from their offense, and that's their entire offense.
It's definitely an option. It's definitely an option. But it's like KD doesn't. He doesn't like. I don't think he likes to play.
So
5.
if you want to call it a secret weapon, I could definitely rock with that. I don't think Kevin Durant cares about what his position.
Next couple of questions are kind of about Kyrie. This one was like play out. Would it be a 10-man or 9-man rotation?
Yeah, I don't want to answer that.
Then the other one was The other one was, do you think the Nets will compromise and let Kyrie play if we can't get value in a trade? Then Mohammed said Warriors blew us out. Oh no, that wasn't the one I was looking at. Oh, DeJoris said how long before we can discuss trading Kyrie?
Man,
so
that's up to the front office, bro. Sadly,
we do have a super chat. Kratosop. Nets had a sellout crowd in Clays.
Yes, sir. Shout out to the Clays, man. The Clays was booming tonight. It's crazy how the most ever we've had at the Clays was like a blowout. Like Suns was like kicking our ass the whole game.
Stephen has a question for Drew. Why is Drew a hater? Did I run over his dog?
Damn.
They're calling him a Harden hater. Is that what it is? Or
no,
this is a good question.
Me and Steven have like some little. We've been having some little personal since the beginning of the season. He know what he be doing. That's all I'm gonna say. He know what he be doing.
What did the Nets need to change more of?
Oh, that was like, bro, we had like 6 questions in a row. I didn't know which one.
No, I mean, they were all the Kyrie ones.
You put like 5 questions up there. Like, wait,
AJ,
which one are we
so
answering?
slow just now, AJ.
No, we talked about Kyrie. I mean, we already kind of went at the Kyrie thing.
Oh, okay. Because you put up like 6 questions. I was like, which question are we answering?
No. I said they're all kind of together. They're about Kyrie. We kind of already addressed that.
Okay.
I don't think that Kyrie
like he was going through something.
Oh, what do the Nets need to change more of? Again, rebounding. Rebounding has been an issue for us.
Bro, was our rebounding really even bad tonight?
It wasn't bad tonight. I'm just saying in general.
No, I heard other people though saying that.
No, like, honestly, I think our turnovers are more concerning than
rebounding and turnovers. Yeah, rebounding and turnovers.
I would go turnovers and then maybe rebound.
But you saw that second quarter what JaVale McGee was doing to us. First and second quarter. JaVale McGee was like OD killing us, bro.
Nobody was tall enough to even get near the ball. Warriors blew out the Nets. What are your thoughts on getting destroyed by Warriors without Clay being on the team? I don't have any.
I think we don't have.
He said, "I don't have any." Damn, that's tough. They're not gonna do that in the playoffs in the finals, so you don't even gotta worry about them.
I mean, in that game, we also didn't have Kyrie, Joe Harris, Claxton, Bruce Brett. Like we should have still slapped them. We should have made it at least more competitive than it was.
Yes.
Yeah, bare minimum. We got 2 MVPs.
Well, this guy Mohammed Hassan is he's a troll. He's now asking about how long have you guys, dude? Goodbye.
What did he say?
No. What's the question?
No, he said how long have you bandwagons been Brooklyn fans? Dude, you're talking to a 30-year
Like 3
fan,
months.
you fucking fool.
No.
Like, get the
You
hell out of
fucking
here.
He's been here before. He's trolling.
Imbecile. That's crazy.
He's be bounced like
All
permanently.
this tomfoolery.
Get him out of here, mods. Get him out of here.
Goodbye.
Mods, get him out of here.
I got him out of here. I want my name
Mods,
to
get
show
him
that
out
I
of here,
did
Mods.
it.
Midnight said, "What's up with this new assistant coach who's supposed to be an offensive genius?" Oh, he was never supposed to be no offensive genius, but he was.
What are you talking about?
Bro, there's no.
Is he talking about Jordan Ott?
genius.
I thought he was talking about Jordan
There's
Ott.
no offensive genius with that man.
For Jordan,
Chubbs, why you talking so?
No, Chubbs, you're not at Chubbs.
Bro?
Yeah, I'm like offensive genius. I was like, wait, Midnight, who are you talking about, bro?
Chubbs, where you at, bro?
I thought he was talking about Jordan Ott.
Chubbs has got to keep that contained for his. Don't let him let it out yet. We've got to keep that shit contained.
Saying, do you think we're really gonna buy out a real big man? Oof.
Buyout.
Well,
like we're gonna give
I mean, you
we gotta
posted
know.
something not too long ago saying that Marks doesn't make trades at the trade deadline and then gets active during buyout. So
the most you'll see Marks do at the deadline is like probably
trade
like go for a no. Yeah, okay.
I think
a pick or a buyout. Pick or buyout.
I think
get a pick or a buyout.
But I think if he can make one of those TPEs work, he will. Because we do have a lot of them.
I'm not sure. Well, we have one TPE, but
no, we have a couple different ones. We have one that's
what?
11 million, one that's 6 million, one that's like 3 million. Trade
for what?
Like,
I think we have 3.
For what?
I'm just saying we have 3 of them that we can use at different values. So what I'm saying is,
no, I'm asking like, how did we get that 6 million one?
We got what was it? One of the I don't remember which trade it was, but he acquired them through different trades, and we have 3 ones at 3 different values. And I'm just saying, if he sees somebody out there that a team is willing to get rid of and make it work, I wouldn't be surprised if he uses one of them.
Hey, man.
Shout out to Jelani. He said if KD wins the Finals MVP, he is top 10 easy.
AJ, like
of course. Somebody said, should we trade Nash to the Rockets for Christian Wood? That's crazy. I would do it though.
I'd do it though.
I'll trade Nash to the Rockets for Christian Wood.
Anyone could do it. Nash.
Guess that was all the questions.
Yeah, that's about it.
Somebody talking about Kevin Love. Keep him as far away from here as possible. I don't want to hear his name. I don't want to see his name in the chat. I don't ever want to see. Hey, bro, y'all don't understand, bro. If you watch Cleveland, you know what it is, bro. Kevin Love, stay over there.
Yeah.
I think it's different though when you come to a new team though. Like, just give him that second chance. Like, if you watched Blake when he was with Detroit, is a completely different player.
Blake did change.
But look, Blake was good in Detroit. Well, maybe not the year that we got him. But Kevin Love.
I mean, Kevin Love was good in Cleveland.
He's too injury prone for me, bro.
He had some good games, but like when it was in the finals, bro, that boy was so like. The man had 2 0-point games in a row. I was like, come on, Kevin Love, bro. What's wrong?
Got to shout out Joey D on this because it is a great point. He's like casuals talking about Brooklyn bandwagons, but Warriors are the biggest bandwagons. Pre-Curry, who the fuck was representing the Warriors? Not one person.
Freeze Joey.
Not one person.
Somebody said, wait, oh no, remember.
Oh, you about to read that Boogie one?
Yeah. How you know telepathy? Okay.
He put add Jew. We can't do that because of our roster space, right? I don't think we can do that, right?
Boogie's not coming. There ain't no way.
No, I'm saying because we have a full roster, so I don't know if we can give anybody. We can't even give anybody a 10-day. I don't think.
Nah, Boogie hates Harden. That's just not happening.
Yeah, they had a beef.
That's not happening.
There ain't no way. Boogie's ready to call this man out in the.
Bro, I want what's it called? You know who I want to get, bro? I would trade Kyrie for like probably Jokic.
I mean, I'd trade Kyrie for LeBron too, but like,
yeah, I would do that. That's the trade I'll do. I'll do that honestly.
That'd be OD.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
AJ, you know you don't want LeBron on the team. Stop playing.
Nah, I'm not trading. Yeah, I don't want no LeBron.
I think we should just
last night. Y'all watched the game last night?
Yeah, that was tough.
Oh, do we? Yeah.
I mean, Kyrie has never got locked
Our
up
watch
by
party
Alex,
game, I'm just gonna tell y'all, for the 159 people here, if you're not in our Discord, we have one of the best nights on fucking. We watch
Oh my
party the
God.
couple
was so
games.
That watch party was fire, bro.
We watched the Knicks lose. We watched the Lakers. Like, dude, that Lakers Kings game so far to me
That
was
was
like
so
one of the
funny.
best games to watch this season, dude. It was
so
You can't make that game
rewarding.
up,
That game was amazing, dude. But hey,
And-
I have a suggestion, AJ. I suggest none of us give our last words and just all give it to Chubbs and then just fucking end the broadcast.
Oh yeah, okay. You can do that.
Hey, Aaron, don't play with me. I love Kyrie to the. It's Kyrie to the death of me, bro. Don't play with me like.
Julie said, "He's you're not a Kyrie fan."
That's my guy to the end.
Julia, not a
To
Kyrie.
the
Julia
end,
wants me to take this
to my
poster
last
down.
breath. Hey,
Should I take the poster down, Julia? Should I take
don't do that. No,
Don't take
no,
the- don't take it-
You
don't
gotta
take it
keep that
down?
up there. You gotta keep that up there.
Hey, Julian, I think Kyrie has room on the couch, bro.
Look at my guy. Like he looks so peaceful.
I think he has room on the couch, bro. You
If somebody
guys
was
can
sleeping
go.
on my couch like that, I'll be scared as hell.
That's scary.
I'm scared, bro. I will go right back to like, whoa, what's scary?
Bro, tell me Kyrie's eyes don't look like they got like straight pain in them. Like,
Yeah,
Nah, he do like his pain.
shave me.
like he just.
How
like,
was the
smiling, trying to hide it.
Gator though? By the way, how was?
I don't know because
Bro, I don't even know what like what
that looks like that's like
That's-
Tennessee or something like that.
Let me
No,
run
that's
throw up,
Florida,
bro.
bro. They don't have Gators in Tennessee, bro.
They don't
No.
have Gators here
Oh,
either. So that's
yeah,
why I
they
don't know.
Is there even
In
water
Florida?
in Tennessee?
Yeah, there's no Gators in Florida.
There's lakes.
Bro,
Yeah, there's late. Yeah,
Are we
it's
sure?
no Gators here.
All
I don't know. I never seen one.
Well, I agree with you, AJ, but I think Chubbs. We should just let Chubbs however like equivalent of what like all our 5 minutes. We would couple minutes just get all Chubbs.
Yeah,
So where you at?
Chubbs, are you ready?
Yeah,
you are
I'm
you
here,
are
man.
doing the full and final last.
Chubbs, you got
word.
that gorilla mentality, Chubbs? You coming in with that gorilla mentality?
Don't.
Gorilla, you man.
Now, can
We're
we see
sorry.
you on,
Really,
can we
man.
see you on camera to
He
see
said
how
don't do
angry
that.
you get though? Can we see your face? Like
Gorilla,
I
you
think
man.
my picture kind of. I think
Oh,
it's
I
I feel like that's just the energy with me and the team right now. If you can just put my picture like on the
Yeah, you put it on full. Put it on full. Sam.
put Ike up there.
oh here no watch this.
Put Chubbs on full. On full.
Yeah.
Gorilla, you man.
There you go.
All right, Chubbs, cook up, bro.
Gorilla, you man.
That boy Lawrence.
Nah, see, look, y'all see my profile picture. Like,
Yeah, go ahead.
this is my whole face during the whole game, bro. Like, you see, like going forward, like we need to sit Harden down and just genuinely have him tell us what the hell is wrong. Like, is it his hamstring? Like, is it the rule changes? You know what I'm saying? Is the strip club's not good enough? Like, there's something wrong. There is something wrong that we don't know about, bro. Like listen, he got clamped up. And let me get my respect. Mikal Bridges is having a damn near all defensive season. Like he
did a good job. I'm not gonna lie, he did a good job.
Yeah, reminds me a lot of Kyrie.
But if you're telling me that Mikal Bridges can clamp Harden up to the point where he can only score 4 points the entire game, do you know how nasty that is?
That shit is nasty.
And I don't even think y'all peep. Do y'all know how chopped Mikal Bridges is, bro? He looks like a fish.
That's crazy.
I'm not even joking. He got clamped up by Finding Nemo. That's disgusting.
That's crazy.
Damn, son.
You said that's nasty?
Like, I'm not
That's
even
nasty
kidding,
work, bro.
So you said that's
Clamped up by
nasty?
Finding Nemo.
So is
The chat's laughing,
disgusting?
Bro, like
That's disgusting.
like we really gotta break Harden down because let's be honest, he really ain't been shit this season. Like I feel like we just been sugarcoating. He ain't been shit this season, bro. Every other game, it's just been a turnover fest, like straight turnover fest. Bro cannot hold the ball for nothing, and this game showed it. Like he had legally blind passes, bro.
But Chubbs, wait a
Like,
minute.
I cannot see on
legally
I cannot see on
He
me.
can't hold the ball. But I
I can't even argue with him because he is hard. He's leading the league in turnovers.
But Chubbs, who did
Oh, my
you
love.
say Mikal Bridges look like again?
Fish.
P.O.P.
Look at him. Look, you got clamped up by that.
Harden, where your that's cool. Where your handles went, Harden?
This last word is
It's a
legendary.
damn shame, bro. I'm like, bro, all these lazy turnovers, you can't pass to nobody. You got what? How many assists you got? 14 on 7 turnovers. Yep. That means what? Every other assist, you're getting a turnover, at least 2. Bro, like you need to take care. I don't know why you can't take care of the ball. I guarantee you, if that ball was a chicken wing from a strip club or a honey bun, you'd be averaging 50.
Glued to his hand. Glued. That's it's not going anywhere.
Honey bun, you will not let that go.
It's not going anywhere. That boy holding on to that shit for dear life. That's crazy.
Like, bro, and he plays so scared. Like, he got. Like, it's like, let's look at all the teams that clamped him up. The Hawks. Is Kevin Huerter that much of a threat? You can't blow by him?
Damn. That's crazy. Damn, Chubbs, the Harden fans, they going to get mad at you.
Okay. Have you seen the mans? Like, get your mans.
He said, okay.
Performances. Look at his past performances. Bro needed 20 free throws to score 36. I'm tired of sugarcoating it. I've been defending him.
So we got to get you an emoji, bro, because you might be my spirit animal. I ain't going to lie to you. I ain't gonna lie.
Yo, Drew said he's got a Chubbs mentality.
This was what the
got a Chubbs mentality, yes sir.
The 40 challenge.
Chill, y'all going crazy, bro.
Yeah, let that bit have been a honey bun. That shit not going anywhere. That shit glued to his hand.
Yo, this is you can't make this.
Yeah, hey, you know the what's it called? The badge on 2K. What's it called? You can't lose the ball. That bit on Hall of Fame.
Unpluckable.
Unpluckable Hall of Fame.
And like you really analyze it, bro. This whole game, like we got fried by literally everyone on the Suns. I even think the third stringers lit us up. Like I'm not even funny. Like
Shammy was cashing out.
God.
They lit us up.
Oh my gosh, Shammy! I forgot to talk about Shammy tonight, bro.
Top put a picture in the Discord, right? Of the duo of Shamit and Cameron Payne, and the nickname of it is called Champagne. I don't think you understand how bad this is getting.
Nah, bro.
I don't think you understand how bad this is getting. This is getting insane. This is getting out of hand.
Not even
Chubbs, they lit us up as a unit.
Like, bro, like as a
they
unit.
lit us up as a collective, huh?
Bro, from a graphical standpoint, we got fried on all cylinders from every single player on that team, bro. Like it was to the point Monty might have came in and fried us too, bro. He would have suited up. Like it was getting out of hand. And bro, I hate Cameron Payne specifically because bro, he's just as chopped as Mikal Bridges, bro. Like it's not even funny, bro. Looks like a camel.
Why you keep saying that boy chop?
Bro, he looks like a camel. Like really look at Cameron Payne. He looks like a camel. Like
please
find a picture of Cameron Payne. Bro, I don't understand how bad this game was. Like the Suns had this marked on the calendar. Like, bro, look at Ayton. Bro, cut his naps off and got waves. So he made sure to look good for this game.
Finding Nemo, hanging out with a camel.
Oh, that's crazy.
Look at him.
Nah.
Damn shame, bro.
Nah.
Yo,
you got too much.
Great job, by the way. Say, buddy, the overlays
to
really
be looking like this.
I got you.
Nah, bro. And I was trying to say, like, they made sure this game was on. They made sure to get up for this game. And it's like we just fell asleep. Like, if you had no knowledge, it looked like we came off the back-to-back and the Suns were just resting, waiting.
But who did you say Ayton looked like?
Bro, Ayton looks like a baby.
Like an old baby, right?
a grown ass. He got the Benjamin.
Grown ass baby with a beard, but if you cut the beard off.
Yeah, y'all know that movie with like Robin Williams, where like he was born as an old man, but as he got older, he became a baby. That's DeAndre Ayton. No,
you talking about Benjamin Button?
No, yeah, that was the whole Benjamin Button.
What's his name? That was what's that dude that married Angelina Jolie? That was what's his name?
Brad Pitt.
Yeah, Brad Pitt.
And it's crazy because DeAndre Ayton made sure he looked good for this game. He cut his hair.
Yo, can we add a segment to Nets Kingdom where like Chubb
This
just
is
attacks the
This
everyone
Opposing
on the next
team
team
and
we
how
play?
they look. Yeah.
is disgusting.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. The
And
Suns didn't. It made it feel like they marked this game. Like they feel like this game was
they
like
made sure
marked
to
on the
make
calendar.
it
Like
this game.
we got
bruh.
mess
We
up the
play the
Nets.
Knicks next. Like Chubb's
Oh my
just gotta
god!
violate
And
some
don't let me get started on like everybody else. Like I honestly, bro, outside of Bembry, even KD, even though he looked shaky on a little bit this game too, everybody played ass to me. LaMarcus Aldridge, I love his mid ranges, but bro, he got fried every possession on defense. Like it's not even funny. Devin Booker, like every time he saw LaMarcus, he's like, "Ooh, 3 points."
Oh,
Every
God.
time,
Same with Chris Paul.
I don't know if
Hey,
we can blame LaMarcus for that,
D
though.
Book. As soon as he seen him, that boy said, "Bet."
We just
and
gotta scheme better than that.
And that's probably the only bad thing the coaching did tonight. Because you can't even blame the coaching. I can't blame the coaches when a team puts up 20 turnovers. They had 20 before that. They had 18 before the half even started.
Yeah, he's
Like, it hadn't even started.
he's right. He's right. They did have
Like that was bad. Harden and KD had eight turnovers together in one quarter. Even if it's versus a bad team or what, that's unacceptable regardless, no matter who you face. So, like, in my opinion, like after that first quarter, I'm like, yeah, they got it. Like we weren't going to win this game. I did not care about that comeback. It was already all said and done.
It was over in the first quarter, bro.
Yeah, the minute our two stars combined for 8 turnovers and Devin Booker got 12 straight points by himself, that set the whole tone of the game.
Facts.
And you know what's the bigger punch? We had a sold out crowd.
Yeah.
And that's how we performed.
Yeah, that shit hurt.
And Harden got booed.
It hurt when it definitely hurt me when Harden got booed, and it hurt me that this was like the most sold crowd ever.
It didn't hurt me. He deserved it.
Why you being a demon, bro? What do you mean? What do you mean it didn't hurt you?
I wholeheartedly believe you get what you give.
Yes.
You get what you give.
But hey, dude, Chubbs is speaking all facts because this is how angry I was at halftime in our Discord chat.
I just joined that Discord chat like just randomly, and I just hear Saint going crazy on Kyrie.
No, I'm fucking with Chubbs vibes tonight because that's exactly where I'm at. Like as much hype as and all this shit around this team and what we were supposed to be and this and that and all these people, don't worry, it's only 20 games, no panic, no, there's a reason to be pissed off. Like people that are irritated by today's game have very much a right and have great points of where we are at, even 20 games in, and how certain things are going.
Yeah,
right.
You get aggravated for
and bro, like he deserved those boos. So what are you supposed to do? Cheer him like, oh, you can do better. You can do no. This isn't like Little League in today's society.
It's been 20 games.
Like we need to cheer him because he's here. No, if you play bad, we as fans have the right to let you know you're playing like trash.
I disagree with you there, Chubbs. I really don't like booing our own players. Like I think it's just toxic.
So Lev.
Like you don't got to cheer for him.
You
really don't got to cheer for him.
But Lev,
you don't got to do that.
But Lev. If your star point guard, right, only has 3-4 points in 3 quarters,
I don't care.
You don't think you gotta boo him?
No,
but it hasn't just been one game.
But Lev, this is James Harden.
And Lev, the one thing you have to understand though, this is New York
a 3-time
City,
scoring champ and an MVP. Had some of the best offensive seasons.
It really doesn't matter. I
got his shit clamped up.
I can't rock with the booing. That's why we all look down on Philly fans so much.
New York. I get what you're saying, Leb. But if you're from back east, if you're from like New York, New Jersey, and you're on one of our sports team and you play like ass, we're gonna fucking let you know you're playing like ass because we are paying for. We are the ones that do pay for your salary. Like you don't get no $40 million salary if we're not buying games, buying food, buying merchandise, buying tickets. Like you don't get that shit without us. So I think we have a little bit of a right, but we boo if you're fucking up. We boo.
I respect what Leb's saying,
but I understand what Leb's saying.
I respect what he's saying, but
I respect what you're saying, but
I will
respectfully disagree with it.
Yeah, like
like
Harden been
star
playing
player-
inconsistent like the whole season. He's been inconsistent the whole season. So I could understand like.
But it's not like we're like an 8 seed right now or anything like that. Or
Yeah, well,
like,
yeah.
Or like
Hopkins-
even like a 10 seed or something.
We're just
Like,
lucky
obviously
we're
we're
lucky
getting
we've
there.
had an easy schedule.
I
That's
just
the
don't
truth.
like that
Right.
when we do get like that one loss, like every like five games or so. I don't like that we get on their ass about it like that.
But it's
Like
because
I
it's
think that
against
you're
the
just not going to
good.
go 82-0.
Right.
It's just
Well,
a
here,
fact.
well, I'm not of that group that's just like immediately trade Harden. I'm not that group. But the thing with Harden, it's just been he's either on or off. But when he's on, it's not like the Harden we see. It's 15 points a game, or at most 20. Like we cannot we need to look at how we're playing, and we cannot win with the way we're playing. And when I say win, I mean truly win, like win a championship.
Yeah.
Mind you, I'm in the frame of mind. Kyrie is not coming back. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think he's gonna come back.
Yeah.
He's doing his thing like Saint shows. He's bike riding on the couch, chilling. Life is going fabulous. He got like the highest earns for like his sneakers. He's chilling. Look,
Nothing looks like it's changing, so it's just like it
Saints full of
sucks,
joy.
bro. Like you said, what?
Like, Harden needs to know he can't play like this
Yeah.
if we genuinely want to win this
Like
season.
here's my question though: like, what good comes out of booing him though? Like,
hopefully that
what positive?
motivates. Hopefully that motivates him. Naturally, that should motivate you to not play like you did tonight. Let's be honest, Harden, in terms
I
of
think he just
rebounds,
doesn't want to. I don't think he's ever going to want to play like he did tonight, like just straight up. But like,
of
But
course.
after so many games, it's probably the fans will probably just. I see what you're saying though, but after so many games, the fans is probably just like, hey, bro,
especially
like,
with like
stop
how many
being
losses
dookie.
do we have on the season? Like what, 5? Something
We
like
have
that.
6.
That's because we had an easier schedule though.
Look, realistically, look at
So
it.
far,
Look at all of our
And
losses.
2 of our 6 losses, we've had boos for James Harden and MVP chance for a point guard on the other team.
Oh yeah, okay. The MVP chance for the point guard on the other
But like,
team.
it's
That's wild. That's
like,
wild.
That's why I'm saying like this isn't like the first time this season something like this has happened, and I just don't rock with it.
But look at our losses. All of our losses are the same. Like virtually, look at all of our losses from start to finish. It's either one, we lost because our offense is just give it to KD, and Harden is struggling crazy. How many times are we gonna replay all the same over and over before we can say, you know what, let's change how our offense is running? Because at the moment, I'm not putting our name in any form of championship contention until we can be a team of quality. And when I say team of quality, I'm not talking top 5 in the conference. I'm talking teams that have made a genuine deep run in the playoffs last year. I don't care about that Wizards win. Like, I don't expect the Wizards to be a deep run in the playoffs this
About
season.
the Sixers.
And they don't have Ben Simmons.
And I mean, we haven't had Kyrie.
Let me say you like last year, like Shamit was trash, and obviously Shamit is not like I'm not putting him and Harden on the same level. Shamit was trash, Leb, and we cyberbullied him, and he started going crazy. So I'm not saying look, I'm not obviously like
listen, like we also cyberbullied TLC all season, and then look, like
well, look, like some people are just lost. Some people
Philly
are just
fans
lost
cyberbullied Ben Simmons, and look,
some people are just lost causes.
Ben Simmons is a different like type of ass.
Like, you know what J. Cole says, like they don't want to be saved, bro. Don't save them, bro. They don't want to be saved.
And Aaron, I see you in the chat saying those wins aren't that impressive. Like I get that, but like we are still the 1 seed in the conference.
We're still the 1 seed.
Okay, but let me ask you to that. If you honestly look at the people that we've played, we are the 1 seed because we've had a very easy schedule.
I agree with that.
And it's not like, and see that this is the thing that gets me a little irritated with some people is that they keep saying, not you, but just people are, oh yeah, we're the number 1 seed, best start in history. Well, okay, yeah, that's true. But we also have had one of the easiest schedules in the NBA so far.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying
it's not like I know, but people
perfect.
No, I know that. I know that. I'm not. That's why I said I'm not like saying it really at you. But when I hear that, it's like, and then people usually tag on to that with the like this expectation of like how great we really are, and it's like, so just because we have that good start, that all of a sudden people are acting like we're better than we really are. We're a good team, but we're not as like OP as we think we are, because every time we look at one of these players, like we go up against one of the top teams that will be in the playoffs, we get fucking straight embarrassed.
We get laid off the floor.
Like, yes, we do. We get embarrassed.
I think Leb is trying to say that like we're not like Leb. Aren't you, Leb? What you trying to say? You basically saying that the crowd shouldn't be tripping because like we're still in like a good place. That's what you're
like
saying.
I feel like we're still in a good position right now, and like not like maybe like okay, like if we were like obviously we have championship expectations, and like we're not at like the peak like where we want to be, and we're not like playing perfectly, but just because we'll have like one off night like every 5 games or something like that, I don't think that's a reason to boo one of your superstars off the court.
I mean, he don't be having, but
I realize we beat a lot of bad teams, but we do take care of business against those bad teams.
Hey, let me interrupt. Let me interrupt real quick.
I don't have nothing against the fact that we can take care of business against these bad teams. In fact, I love that we can do that. But if we can't get it together against these good teams, losses like this adds up. Like if we don't, we face these teams again. That's one of the bright sides to losses like this. We get to face the Bucks again. We get to face the Warriors again. We're about to face the Bulls next week. Like if we don't adapt and really go at these teams like we went at the Celtics, like we went at some of these lower teams and just blew them out the water, I don't see us really competing for what we have as an expectation of this franchise to win a championship.
But that's just the thing,
especially with Kyrie
out. You're just like kind of assuming that we're not going to take care of business against those teams when we see them again.
Well, I guess the thing though, Leb, but be honest though, Leb, have we?
I don't think so. That's what Chubbs is saying.
I know, but I'm just saying.
I understand what Leb is getting at. Like obviously, when we see them again, it'll be up in the air whether we respond great or we lose again. But when we get there, we get there. I'm talking about right now, off of what we've seen, it looks like we just can't get it together versus teams that are of actual quality.
That is true.
That's what I'm trying to get at. And everybody's saying, okay, when we in like March, April, when we get to March and April, we get to March and April. We still have December, we still have January, we still have February. If we look the same January, February, what makes you think March and April something's magically gonna change?
I mean, our place where we were at this point last year is much different than. Well, I won't use us because that's a bad example because we had James Harden and that's like a complete different change. Like let's look at the Hawks last year where they were at this point and where they were at the end of the season. It's a completely different team. Like there's a bunch of teams that will just completely turn it up and completely change their like course of schedule. And I'm not saying that like we will absolutely do that or we absolutely won't do that. But I'm saying we are getting the wins, taking care of business against these bad teams right now. And yes, it is kind of concerning that we're losing to like these contender teams and that kind of thing. But at the same time, we can also beat these teams later on down the road. And we still have a good record right now in these earlier months that don't matter as much as the later months do. Not that they don't matter at all.
Yeah. I can agree. I can agree with that. And I guess that is why I brought up that question about
Hawks did have a coaching change. That's
how many times did we not see changes be made, and clearly people are thinking we're not going to be trading, we're not going to be spending, we're not going to pick anybody up and buy out because everybody thinks the owner is cheap and doesn't want to spend any money, even though we have 3 of the top players in the league signed to like $40+ million contracts a year. Everybody's calling our owner a cheap guy, which is stupid, but yeah.
Well,
hey, let's real quick.
Really quick.
I know, 1 second. I'll let you go. Okay. Hey, we just need 3 more likes, y'all. We just want to get to 100. We get to 100, we'll get out of here.
Yeah, I'll wrap up. I'll wrap up my little rant.
Go ahead, Leb. What are you gonna say?
I'll just say something really quick. I see a lot of people in the comments saying that like the Hawks had a coaching change and that kind of thing. Yeah, they did. And the thing is do you all all of you in the comments that are saying that the Hawks had a head coaching change last year, do every single one of you think that the roster / coaching staff of the Brooklyn Nets right now is going to be the exact same that it's going to be come playoff time?
That's a possibility that it could be.
It could be, but it also
Like
could not.
most
I
like
mean,
most
you
like
really
most
think
likely,
there's
honestly,
no way they're going to
more
change
than
Nash as the
likely,
coach?
it'll still be the same.
I don't think it's going to be the exact same.
No,
I think they'll have little changes.
I feel
As
like
long
especially
as
from
you
there
have
will be
Nash,
necessary
as long
changes.
as you
I do
have
think
Nash
that.
as your head coach, I mean, it doesn't really fucking matter who they put in there behind him, honestly.
I'm not
at
talking
this
about
point.
no, I'm not just talking about coaches. I'm talking about like players and that kind of thing too.
I mean, I don't know. That's what I was saying about the Joe Tsai thing. Like it, because the facts and reality is unless we trade player for player, contract, and get somebody else, anything that we take on via a buyout or the TPEs is going to add to our luxury tax. And it's like if you get a
Not
5,
necessarily.
no, but if you use the TPE and you go get like a $5 million player, that has
That's
a
true.
potentiality to add 20 to 30 million luxury tax.
But
they're not going to just go spend 5 million on some scrub dude and then it really costs you 20, 30 million down the road. Even if you use the 11 million TPE one that we have, that shit would be like a 40, 50 million dollar tax hit. So I don't know, like we don't have a lot of room unless the owner is saying, yes, go. We have an option to say, we'll just throw a random name out there, right? Like say we could get Miles Turner, right? And we use the TPE on him. And it was, the owner would literally have to look at that, go, okay, we're taking that on, but we're going to add 50 million in tax. Like,
I'm not just talking about trades though. Like we're also talking about like that's a possibility, and Joe Tsai could take on that tax. But there's also like, let's say we traded Javon Carter for a 2028
that's what I said.
second
Yeah,
round
I
pick.
said that. Yeah.
Well,
No, I
that's
get
just
that.
to clear up some cap, and then you go sign someone in the buyout market for the minimum because they're in the buyout market.
No, I get that. I do. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
So I'm just saying there's a lot of like last year with us, and I'm not even going to talk about the Harden thing. If LaMarcus did stay with us throughout the whole year, we could have very well won the finals.
Yeah,
I fully agree with you. I fully agree with you.
That like not even like talking about James Harden, just getting LaMarcus from that buyout and Blake Griffin completely changed our season.
It did. I agree with that.
And if LaMarcus stayed healthy, of course, but
yeah, but also don't forget the East was a shit ton weaker last year than it was this year.
The East was outside of the top 5. East was a shit show.
This year, the East has gotten a lot better.
It is deeper.
The
but
players are getting better. Like,
but
crazy.
Are the top tier teams as good this year?
The Bucks are still on
the
top.
Bucks. You gotta assume, Lev. You gotta assume the Bucks are probably going to be better.
We will see. Yeah. We will. I. Right now, it looks like the Bulls and the Miami are going to be a lot better. We'll
Except for the Sixers.
We'll see if that holds up for
really
the whole
concerned
season.
About the Bulls?
No,
I'm not as concerned. When we play like that, it's
something,
like
unless we change something, they just beat the dog shit out of us, right?
I think there's.
Did they or did they not beat the shit out of us?
They did. But
okay. So I'm just saying it's yet to be seen how the Bulls are going to be. That's my whole point. I'm saying right now they look very
He's just
good.
Saying
we'll see if that holds up the whole season, and if it does, and we play them again. Like I'm just saying, we can't sit here and act like they're just going to be trash at the end of the season. You have to have some expectation. Like there's a potential for them to be very good. And if we don't make any changes or do something different, we are not going to be winning the championship, especially without Kyrie. I am one of those people at the very moment that if we don't have Kyrie, if our team stays the same as it is now the whole season, and we just keep kicking the crap out of the shitty teams but struggle against the top teams, we are not winning the championship without Kyrie. Hands down.
Well, okay. So to just finish my last word, whatever my little rant is, just to finish
soliloquy.
Your soliloquy.
My soliloquy. Look, just to end it off. How we look in April is up in the air. We might be the best team in the NBA. we might be looking like the worst team. But at the moment, we have a lot of work to do. Like, granted, we have enough. We have, at the moment, we can beat all the lower teams, beat the teams we need to beat. But at the moment, we are too dysfunctional to beat the top teams at the moment. We are way too dysfunctional.
That's a fair assessment.
And look, we got the Knicks, the Wolves. I think we should very easily beat the brakes off of both of them. Like, very easily. Like, and God, please not the Knicks. Harden better not get clamped up by Kemba and Fournier. I better not see that.
There's no way.
There's no way. If he gets clamped up by those two, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say about him anymore, bro. But, and if I'm being honest, by the deadline, if Kyrie gives no indication to the front office on whether he'll return or do away games, it's wraps for him. He's on the trading block.
I don't think Kyrie's given any indication about not doing away games.
But he hasn't given an indication of anything.
Well, he has to the organization, but
that one time. But all they say is, it's been in every interview and every Nash, Bembry. Nets Daily put out one today that somebody did an interview with Bembry, and literally everything that is noted in there when it talks about a player talking to Kyrie, they literally specifically say we have not talked about anything about basketball and him coming back.
Right.
We just ask how he's doing. So there clearly is zero conversations about that. I'm not hating. I'm just being realistic, Carl D. I mean, the fact is the dude is at home. He's not giving any indication. He only gave one interview on Instagram, and that had a lot of mixed messages in there and what he was really doing. And he's been silent since. So it's a fair assessment by Chubbs to say, like, hey, dude, there's been zero indication. The Nets have not released anything. So as far as fan standpoints, and if people like us, it's like, no, Carl D. Yeah, I guess what? I've had to deal with the same issue, and I've been forced to get vaccinated with my job. And you know what? I just went and did it anyways because I didn't give a shit, because there's nothing wrong with the thing. I'm totally fine. So no, I mean, Kyrie makes his own decisions. He's his own man. That's his thing. But people are going to make their decisions as well, not just Kyrie. Just Kyrie makes his decision. Everybody doesn't just go on halt. The show still goes on without him. But I think Chubbs is bringing up a good point.
Like, realistically, if Kyrie continues to give no indication that he may return, don't be surprised if we see him on the block, or there is heavy rumors of us shopping him for pieces or for another star. And like my literal final words is for this stream, James Harden is an MVP, a multi-time scoring champ, and has been one of the best offensive players this game has ever seen. And in my opinion, it's time for not only for him to show people, but to show himself he's still that guy. That's all I have to say.
That's the guy we need, man.
And somebody was saying this, and we'll end it. I'm not mad at him for his beliefs. I totally support that. But at the same time, dude, you're making a decision that does affect the team. It does affect the players. And it has affected. You can't say that him not being here hasn't affected the team,
bro. You can respect what Kyrie has
and not agree with it.
But as a fan of the team, like anybody, as a fan, like an OG fan, like saying, or a fan in general, like
I'm a Nets fan before I'm a Kyrie fan.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not going to be exactly.
You can't get mad. Nobody can get mad at him or anybody else who's like really putting the team first. Like you can't get mad at him or anybody else who feels like that.
And I just think it's stupid that people are saying you can't get mad at Kyrie for anything. Like you can't have an opinion. Like Kyrie is immune to judgment. I just think that's stupid. It's like I'm a 30+ year Nets fan. I will always be team above like one player. Like at the end of the day, there will be a day Kyrie Irving is not on the team and I'm still a Nets fan. So his decisions do affect the team, whether most of you Kyrie stands that think he's a god, you know, like you can have respect somebody's decisions, but at the same time have your own opinion and your own beliefs that, hey, I wish $35 million was playing on the roster right now and we'd be waxing everybody, but we're not. He's at home doing what he's doing, hanging out. And that's the facts of it. But to say that somebody can't have an opinion of it or they're a hater, that's just stupid, dude. But whatever.
Yeah, I wouldn't ever say you're like just straight hating
dude.
Kyrie or anything.
I mean, but
like,
listen,
I think
that's
I
how it
a
is.
Slightly different opinion than you do about Kyrie, but like I respect that. Like
every fan base,
there's no issue with you having your own opinion about Kyrie. Like,
of course. I mean, at the end of the day, we all want Kyrie here, but Kyrie's doing what he's doing. Yeah, whether he's still losing or not, I'd love to sit home and do nothing and make $17 million, whatever. But at the end of the day, he's not here and it affects the team. And there's nothing wrong with a fan getting frustrated when we see our team losing to teams that we should be beating if he was here. You know, I mean, but it's like just saying Kyrie's just one person stop. But yes, on the same token, people will then say, oh, now all of a sudden he's just one person. But we're talking about a 50, 40, 90 guy who, if was on the court with KD and Harden, nobody would give a shit how bad Harden's playing. Like, because you'd still be seeing Kyrie cook everybody up. But listen, there's so many. We'll end it on this list. The Kyrie thing has so many facets. Everybody has a different opinion on Kyrie. And quite honestly, I think everybody has valid points. Like Leb is probably more forgiving and understand and has a different take. And you know what? He's probably right. Chubbs has a different take. Julian, the president of Kyrie Nation, has his take on Kyrie, and he's got right. I think I bring up some good points. You know, at the end of the day, my point is you have $35 million asset that's not playing and it's hurting the team. But who knows how it's all going to play out, because nobody has a damn clue, in my opinion. But anyways, Chubbs, are you done with your last words?
Yeah, no, I finished. Yeah, I said, you know, Harden, like, you've been that guy for years. Don't let some bum ass rule change let people forget, and even yourself forget who you are. Like, bro, just be great. That's all I'm like. Be great.
Just like people said they're not worried about Kyrie, a guy who's not playing. Maybe people shouldn't be so worried about a guy that actually is playing and for whatever reason is trying to figure it out. I'm not willing to write Harden off just yet. I definitely think, you know, whatever it is that doesn't have him focused, because clearly something's not working with him. And you can tell by the frustration from his interviews that something's not right, whatever the hell that may be, you know. And Carl D said, let the organization piss off KD. Hey, dude, the organization told Kyrie, your ass is not even playing away games. And Kyrie and KD didn't get pissed. So if KD had that much power, he probably would have said, let Kyrie play.
I'm sure KD had some say in that decision. Like,
he has his opinion, but at the same time,
I don't. I think they probably just told him like, "Hey, this is what it's going to be," and KD was like, "All right, I respect that." But I don't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that like KD like went to the organization and was like, "Don't play Kyrie in away games." I think he was kind of like, "Hey, KD, how do you feel about this? Because we kind of feel this way." And KD was probably like, "Yeah, I mean, man, that's cool." Like,
I think we all believe. I mean, Carl, to be honest with you, we all believe in Kyrie and know what his capabilities are and understand that he's making a decision best for himself. But at the end of the day, you can't get mad at somebody that takes notice of saying, hey, Kyrie made a personal decision that he thinks is more important than anything else, and he has that right 100%. But guess what? I'm a Nets fan. I'm not here. Like, I'm never going to talk to Kyrie Irving. I'm never going to be his best friend. I'm never going to, like, hang out with him and like so me as a fan, I'm selfish. I want the best team possible out on there. And if you're not going to play and you're going to go carry the flaming torch for whatever your belief is, non-vaxxers, whatever the hell it is that you're not getting vaccinated for, well, then go do that. But let me enjoy my team without you causing it to not be as good as it can be. That's Call me selfish, call me a hater, call me whatever the hell you want, but at the end of the day, I'm a Nets fan. I'm not like.
Let me say this real quick.
I'd say that about anybody that chooses to make a decision that hurts the team, because it does hurt the team.
There's like, if you guys are really like calling Saint like a Kyrie hater or something like that, like I don't think you've seen like a bunch of like the other opinions that have been said about Kyrie. Like Saint is in here and he's saying like, I get like Kyrie has his choice and like that's cool, like that's his choice. I just have an opinion on it. That's cool. You can like have your own opinion on like what his choice is. But like if you're like a straight hater, there's a bunch of people out there. I'm not going to name names specifically, but they'll be like, I mean, I think we know, some people might know who I'm talking about here. Where you're saying like, some people are saying like Kyrie doesn't have a choice. Kyrie has to get the vaccine. And I say that Kyrie must get the vaccine right now because I'm a Nets fan and I need to watch Kyrie play basketball. I don't think Saint is saying that. I think Saint is saying that it is Kyrie's choice, and while he might not, like, he's not happy with Kyrie's choice, and he voices that he's not happy with it, but he's not going to like force him into it or anything like that.
No, dude, I personally think
his choice,
Kyrie,
but I want my team to win. I respect his choice, but I want my team to win. That's all.
Exactly. Maya says it right here. It's a business, and I mean, I look at it from like, listen, I think Kyrie is one of the, like, truth be told, a lot of what Kyrie believes, I believe as my own personal belief system as far as like religions and looking at different things. Like Kyrie just don't look at one set of like,
you fool, AJ.
Yeah, I saw that. But I mean, it's like, it's true though. I mean, at the end of the day, like I personally like Kyrie as a human and what he does, but I'm looking at it from a business standpoint and a Nets fan, and like, dude, let's go. Like this, like we've never in Nets history had this many superstars on our team. We now have a 4-year window. If we sign Harden, 4 or 5 year window to win a couple, I mean, potentially 3 to 4 championships. Yeah. And one guy is making a personal decision and it's fucking the plan up. So yeah, I can get frustrated at that. I mean,
yeah.
And if he comes back, great. Then I'm happy. Then I'm not pissed anymore. And I don't give a shit. I'm not saying I hate him because he's this or he's an asshole or blah, 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 blah. No, I'm not even saying that. I just want you here. Either come here or go somewhere where you can play without being vaccinated. That's all I care about.
And Carl just says, at the end of the day, I can't like pin the comment or whatever, but he said at the end of the day, we both want this team to do better.
Exactly.
Yeah, there we go. Like,
thank you.
As long as you have like that kind of mindset and like you respect other people's opinions and like you know that like you both just want the team to be better, that's cool. Like as long as you get that, that's what they want out of this.
And I appreciate Carl that me and Carl did not. Thanks for pointing that out. Where it's like I don't want to be an enemy with somebody. Like, because Carl just said it. Like Carl says, Kyrie, not my favorite. But you probably are more pro Kyrie than I am, and I get that. But it's like, anytime I voice what I've said, the Kyrie stands like lose their fucking mind and think it's like I'm a hater. It's like you're not listening to what I'm saying. Like you're taking it personal and turning it into like one of these, over the top, political, like whatever, you're super sensitive type bullshit. It's like, no, at the end of the day, team needs to win. I want my team to win. I want a fucking championship. I want the assets that this team has given them, and I want it out there, and I want us to kick it. Dude, if Kyrie was here, we would be beating the fuck out of every team. That's what's so irritating, is that if Kyrie's ass was here right now playing, we would be waxing the fuck out of everybody, in my opinion. Like,
I don't disagree.
And that's the part that's so frustrating, is I can't help but think this is Kyrie right now. Like, that's at the end of the day, that's what I think Kyrie's doing right now. He's doing that. He's doing that. Like, nobody's telling us what he's doing, but whatever. I know we talked about enough. It was a rough loss today. We all had, there's some shit that needs to change with the Nets. I do believe I will take what you're saying, Leb, and say it's not like I'm not like panicking, but there is definitely some issues that need to be faced. And even with Joe Harris and Claxton back, there's still going to be some things that need to be worked out.
Definitely.
I think turnovers and coming up with an offensive game plan needs to be top priorities. I'm not even worried about rebounding.
I don't think that's ever going to happen.
Well, then we're going to get embarrassed again. I mean, I honestly think those are the two most things. Enough with the lazy play. Take care of the ball. Stop lazy fucking passing. Come up with an offensive game plan.
I can see that being fixed. I'm saying you're never going to see an offensive scheme out of this team.
Well, but that's the thing with Kyrie, it doesn't fucking matter. You don't need an offensive game plan when you have Kyrie, Harden, and KD on the same floor. You don't need to be running plays. That's the truth. But without Kyrie, you have to come up with some kind of offensive game plan. And that is just there's no getting around that. Take care of the lazy turnovers, take care of the ball. Our defense, I can't even believe I'm saying I'm not even worried about our defense. I'm not even really worried about our rebounding because our defense is so good. But if you want to keep getting embarrassed by good teams, you need to tighten those things up. And I don't want to go through a season just beating good teams and being like, woohoo. Like, I want to see us smash some of these good teams. And because I'll feel a lot better when I get into the playoffs knowing that my team can actually knock some of these fools out. Like, because right now I don't have that feeling. I see us getting past the first round, but second round it could be a different story. But anyways, Chubbs, W, last words. Julian, Leb, as always, pleasure. Good show. 150 people stayed all the way through. We do appreciate it. We get heated. We all have our different opinions, but at the end of the day, we're Nets fans. We want to see the same thing, like Carl D said. Maybe Saint can get Harden to get his thongs out of his ass.
Damn, that's crazy.
But hey, in 2 days we'll be back at it. Tricky Nicky's been in here, the only Knicks fan we probably let in here and say anything stupid. But if we hopefully Tricky Nicky will.
Did you say Nets and Knicks?
No, Tricky Nicky is the only Knicks fan. I'm sure I probably stumbled on my words that we let come in here and talk shit. But yeah, I look forward to the Knicks beating that we're about to give Tricky Nicky. And if we do beat you, Tricky, I don't want to see you dodging us. I definitely don't want to see that.
Yeah, I want to see Tricky Nicky in here regardless.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure AJ might.
Like we can take the beating if we lose, but
yes,
if we win, we want to see you in here too.
Well, I'm going to put it out there right now. Tricky Nicky, you have 2 days to fix your video and your audio, because the last few times you've come up, we could never hear you, and it ruins it. That's why we haven't pulled you up. So get your video and your audio squared away, and then I'm pretty sure win or lose next game, we'll pull you up, and you can either come up with excuses of why you lost or tell us how terrible you are, how terrible we are. But all right, y'all, you have a good night. And just remember, Kyrie's comfortable tonight.
All right, chat. Thanks for pulling up, y'all.